All right, welcome back to another episode of Who You Got, Thursday Night Crew here. We got myself, we got Jimmy, and we got Ryan joining us again. All right, Jimmy, I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it because we got a comment about it. Follow us on X at Who You Got 33 because Jimmy committed on the Monday show. He will post the actual picks we play going forward. So when we run down the whole slate, you don't think we've bet 15 games and yell at us for losing 7 because we're not going to go, we're not going to go 15-0, everybody. But Jimmy will put what we're actually playing up there. And do us a favor, hit that like, subscribe button after watching. Boys, there's only one place to start today, and that is the World Series. I mean, we're watching a classic, I think, right now. We go 18 innings. The Dodgers win. They go up 2-1. And then 48 hours later, they're trailing in the series on their way back to Toronto. Jimmy, any chance they come back?
I think so. I mean, they're still the most talented team out there, right? So why not? I don't want them to. Wouldn't it be great if Toronto won? I know Ryan would be excited about it.
I would be very excited. That's why we'll get to him last because we know where he's going.
Yeah, but I certainly think they can. I mean, look, would I want to? If you're like, if you're the Blue Jays, you got to think you got to close it out right tonight. I don't know that a home. I think
if they
that,
close it out tonight, they're a hell of a team.
Oh, tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow night. Yeah, sorry, it's Thursday. I think they have to close it out at home. I don't think they want to go back to LA. Now,
well, once again, this isn't the NBA, so they wouldn't have to do that either. You're on
fire.
Is
it 2 in a row?
Yeah,
I'm fucked.
2-3-2. They just did 3 in a row in LA.
2-3-2, my friend. Not the NBA.
Which was the craziest thing about that 18-inning game, man. That was game 3. Yep. I mean, they had 2 games the following nights. It was crazy. And then I didn't watch the end of it, honestly. I just heard, but they had the starters for what was that? Was that Tuesday?
The starters for Monday. Game 4 were warming up.
Yeah, so early Tuesday morning, the starters for the game later that day are warming up to come into that game because 19 pitches. I mean, what a game. And good for the Dodgers. Freddie, what's his face? Freeman? It's Freeman, right?
Freeman.
Yeah, unbelievable. 2 walk-offs. No one's ever done that in history. Good for them. I respect their squad. Obviously, I'm hoping the Blue Jays close it out in this one. But that Yamamoto, wow. I watched his last game. That was amazing. He was killing them. But maybe they adjusted. So let's hope. I think the Blue Jays are going to throw everything they got at him. And if not, in Game 7, I'm sure that kid that pitched last night's coming in.
So I hear what you're saying about Freeman, but I just want to point out in that game, Ohtani got on base 9 freaking times.
Yeah.
That is that is just insane.
There's no singles either, did he? He didn't have singles, right? 2 doubles, 2 homers, 2 intentional walks, and 2 purposeful walks.
Yep. Insane. Just insanity.
Well, clearly I'm the baseball expert here because I know where the games are being played and such. So, but I mean, look,
that guy, if anyone's worth $700 million, or I think that's the final number, I mean, that guy is just beasting. Anybody would take him. He's clearly the best player in baseball, no matter who you are. It doesn't even matter what position, right? I'm sure he can probably play the field pretty well too. I don't know about his fielding as much, but I know his pitching and hitting is just silly.
Yeah, he's our generation's Babe Ruth. We'll never see anything like it again.
No, I have to agree. I don't think so.
Jimmy, my question for you, because I'm in New York, and then Ryan will get your take too, is if Yamamoto goes out, spins another gem, complete game, right? Let's say complete game, holds him to 2 runs. We go to Game 7. Game 7's a tight one. Let's say they go to the pen. He comes in, gets 2 or 3 big outs, and the Dodgers win the World Series. Is he your MVP? And what are the odds, Jimmy?
Let me look up the odds.
Could he be the MVP of this World Series if that scenario happens? Or is Ohtani the MVP if the Dodgers win, or Freeman? Because I would challenge it's Yamamoto. If he throws 2 complete games against this Blue Jays offense and then came in a Game 7 kind of like Schilling did, or was it Johnson? One of the 2 of them came in that Game 7 against the Yankees. I just can't remember which one started and which one came in. I think it was the big unit who came in relief. Maybe it was Schilling. Someone look that up.
I don't know. Was that I don't know either. Shit.
For the Sox?
No, for the Diamondbacks when they beat the Yankees.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think Schilling was the one that came in.
One of them.
Johnson who started or something.
Right.
No, both of them. No, I think both of them came in late in that game.
No, one of them started Game 7.
Yamamoto is 12-1. Vlad is -205. Shohei's +230. So
Say that again. Yamamoto's what?
12-1.
Yeah, it's could be worth a shot.
Could happen. I mean, yeah. I mean, this tells you they obviously, think the Jays are going to get one of the next two and win it.
All right, go. Well, yeah, it's the line now is minus 240 on the Jays. But go ahead, Jimmy. Talk about what the trend that Jimmy's been on for the Jays has been something fantastic. Why don't you tell him what you've been doing, Jimmy?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think we go back to the well here. There's only one. I'm looking back how far it goes now, just to make sure I'm not speaking out of turn. But since the 20s, we can go back farther if we want to here. If we go back to the 20, oh my God, even farther. If you go back to the 17th of September, so a month and a half, the Blue Jays have won 2 games that they haven't won by more than 3 runs. So if you were pushing the run line to 3 or more, you could have taken the losses because they've won all these series because there's only been 2 games. There's only been 1 game in October, one of the games of the Mariners. They're either losing or they're blowing teams out with their bats. I'm telling you, tomorrow night it's plus 544. And again, I'm clearly not the Major League Baseball expert, but I love numbers. It plus 544 for minus 3 on the Blue Jays. I'm going to take it, and then if they lose the game, I'm going to take it again in Game 7. You would be up if you were following this trend and betting them that way. It's like they're just on fire, or they can't hit and they lose the game. Not that they can't hit. They've had some games where they've scored a few runs, but there's a lot of 1-run games in there where they just couldn't put the wood on the ball. So
yeah, Yamamoto had their number though. That guy was moving the ball everywhere, and it was diving 18 inches left and right. It was ridiculous.
A 4-run win tomorrow will be a tall task. Those odds are probably light at plus 544.
They might be. I mean, look, you'd put
7.5,
but it's a true 3, so you'd push it 3.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I know it's not fun, but I still think for the plus money. I mean, they showed it. What's the series here? It's their wins have been against the Dodgers by 5, by 4, by 7, and then by 5, by 4, and by 7. So.
No, I hear you, but to Ryan's point, Yamamoto's got their number.
It's true.
So he did, but he mowed through them for a complete game. They also got a lot of looks, and I'm sure they're coached up like crazy. Now, whether they can execute, who knows? Whether he can execute again like that, who knows?
So back to what I was talking about. Schilling got the start in Game 7, went 7 1/3, and then the big unit came in and actually closed it out and went 1 1/3.
Those two had
third win of the series.
But those two had some unbelievable season things go on there. I mean, the performances they put on, and then in the series itself.
Was it the bloody sock year?
Yeah. No, that was back with
Schilling.
That was with the Sox, right?
I mean, I don't even know how to respond to that with you two.
I don't know.
This is the greatest pitching performance of all time.
Sox,
that was
though,
Game
right?
6 at Yankee Stadium, 2004, 4-2 Red Sox win.
Yeah. I was right.
Won Game 7 to complete the comeback after being down 3-0. Johnny Damon goes off, grand slam, then a 3-run. Hit 2 home runs. Sox complete it. Cardinals stood no chance. They swept the Cardinals like they weren't even there. I mean, it is literally the greatest team in the history of baseball. 2004 Red Sox.
There you go. Fun story about the big unit. So I came to find my apartment when I was moving to the New York area. This 13, 14 years ago. I get off the airplane in Newark. I'm going up the escalator. The big unit tries to go down the up escalator, and I run into him.
That is an awesome story.
And I think to myself, this is New York. You just run into people all the time. Never saw anybody since.
Did you say anything to him?
Yeah. Oh, no. He goes, oh, sorry. I go, no, my bad. We both apologized to each other, and I just moved on. I go, hey, it's a big unit.
You didn't say big unit? Let me get a graph real quick.
No, it was the whole thing. Yeah. He's trying to go down the up escalator.
Hey, I saw one time. I ran across Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. I don't even know his name. He was 5'3", right outside Grand Central.
Ryan, I don't know if this was when we worked together, the first time around, but Grammer from Rounders shopped in my store.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know that guy's name, but he's great.
Didn't he used to wait on Jalen Rose?
He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Thought so.
Yeah.
Love Michigan. Love it.
So my favorite Randy Johnson story was when this poor little dove was flying around in preseason.
I remember this.
And Randy Johnson threw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and the bird
exploded.
That
was at Skydome, by the way.
I don't know. It was in Florida or Arizona. That was in their spring training.
No, I don't think so. I think there was one in Toronto that happened.
Training game? Maybe it was a regular season game. It was definitely outside though.
Was there a bird in a dome?
Yeah, but it could have been opened. No, it could be open. They do it. It depends on the weather. When it opens like 80%.
Jimmy, Google where did Randy Johnson hit the dove? What park? I need to know this. But my question
pretty sure.
Did the dove get first base? Does he get to go first?
Like, did he make out with the dove?
One last run.
Like, I'm just curious. Like, why doesn't he get the base?
Hey man, if we ever get famous enough, we'll have to like cover the brand.
Yeah, it was in Tucson.
It was in Tucson.
Oh, it was. Okay, I'm sorry. I really thought that was Skydome, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was in Tucson. That's spring training. So, my favorite part was the press conference when everyone was kind of laughing about it, and they asked Randy Johnson about it, and he's Bill Belichick, basically, and he just looked and goes, "I didn't find it very funny." Come on, bro. All right, Jimmy. Any UFC we got to worry about this weekend?
Nah, nothing exciting enough to get into. We've got a really, really good card coming up in a couple of weeks. It's a decent card this week. Steve Garcia is fighting. I think he gets the win. It's a really even line, -130 to +110. I'd bet Steve Garcia if I was going to take something. I'm not, and there's nothing I really want to talk about. But middle of the month, we've got a really good card coming up with our boy Carlos Parates fighting, so we will break that down as we get closer.
All right. Well, before we get to football and our normal Thursday night nonsense, this is one of my favorite weeks of the year and favorite 2 days of the year, and we got the Breeders' Cup coming Friday and Saturday. This is basically, if you don't follow horse racing, this is the Super Bowl, the World Series, the Indy 500, the Daytona 500, and whatever top sporting event in that sport is, this is it for horse racing. It is the best 2 days. FanDuel Racing. If you're not in and you have it, it's available in your state. They have unreal promos this weekend. They're giving you money back on every win play, so you can bet up to $10. If your horse runs second or third, you get your bet back. And they have a $20 no sweat tomorrow in race 9, so you can just take a shot on a win play for $20, get your money back if it doesn't win. So some big news though came out of the Breeders' Cup. Jimmy, Sovereignty will not be running. He was scratched.
I saw that.
Yeah, more on that when I get to the Classic, but Sovereignty will not be running. Weather, though, not an issue because, Jimmy, as you know, because you've frequent San Diego, it's in San Diego. It's the one place we don't have to worry about weather, Ryan. For some reason, it's in this silo where it's 75 and sunny every day. Like, I don't understand it, but it happens there. Jimmy, explain it. How's it always 75 and sunny?
I don't know. And if you go 10 minutes inland, it's 110 degrees over in the valley. But right there, if the fog comes in every morning, you wake up, you're like, it's going to be foggy. And by 11 o'clock, the sun burns it off, and then it's 75. And you're like, all right, well, that's
beautiful.
Here we go again.
And Del Mar is just the best. To me, Del Mar, Saratoga, 2 best tracks in the country. This one's at Del Mar. I can't wait because in 3 years, Ryan, the Breeders' Cup's going to be in Belmont, and I'll be checking that off my bucket list. Jimmy, of course, will be paying for the tickets, but I'll be going. Jimmy, I would like to go both days in good seats. Don't be cheap. All right. So Friday, and I'm teaching here because I know Ryan loves horse racing, but probably doesn't know the Breeders' Cup structure. Friday, Ryan, it's Futures Day. Think of the Futures game in the NBA All-Star. We get all the 2-year-olds. So we get 5 huge races on Friday. It's the Future Stars. It's all the 2-year-olds. So up first, Jimmy, race 6 is the Juvenile Turf Sprint. We're going 5 furlongs. Did you look at this one? I just want to hear you say no.
No, I did. I know, but I did look at the main event, but I didn't know. I did not get. I didn't go deep into the others.
That'll be 25 minutes from now when I finally get to it. So,
can you explain for a second just one thing? You said it's your favorite track. Why?
Del Mar?
What makes it your favorite track? Yeah.
It's where the surf meets the turf.
Okay.
Duh, Ryan.
Because they get great pools. They have big fields. The meet is always quality horses running there. Best trainers, best jocks. They all go there. They go to Saratoga. So in the summer, you get 2 huge meets, one on the west, one on the east. It's a quality track. It's not one where they run every day. So you only get 2 meets a year. You get the summer meet, and then you get a little bit here with the Breeders' Cup into a small winter meet. In Saratoga, you only get 1 meet. You get them for the summer. That's all you get up at Saratoga.
So that means they're taking better care of their track, so to speak, and it's kind of a special occasion.
I think they all, like, tracks, like the marquee tracks, try to take care of it from a maintenance standpoint, but it's specialer when it's smaller. You know what I mean? You're only going to get it for a select. You only get 7 weeks of racing. Where there's other parts like Aqueduct probably runs, if I'm guessing, 12 weeks a year, maybe even more, and then Belmont runs probably 15 or 16 weeks. Saratoga gets 6 or 7.
What about Woodbine in Toronto?
Woodbine's a big. Woodbine runs twice a year, I believe, with the thoroughbreds, longer meets. The summer meets a prestigious meet because you get the Queen's Plate.
Okay.
That's the Triple Crown for Canada.
But not to be funny, but they still like run like year round.
Yeah,
they're still doing other things at those other tracks.
They run year round, but it'll rotate. Like, that's how it works just about on every circuit. Like New York, it rotates between Aqueduct, Belmont, Saratoga. So
Okay.
Aqueduct's your winter. Belmont, you get fall and spring, and a little bit of the beginning of the summer, and then it goes up to Saratoga for the summer. In California, it's basically all of Santa Anita when it's not running at Del Mar, and then every once in a while it goes to Los Alamitos. Los Alamitos gets about 4 weeks, 6 weeks of thoroughbreds.
That was educational. Thank you.
All right, so the juvenile turf sprint, we go 5 furlongs here, Jimmy. And you know how I play. I don't look at the favorite. So I'm looking away from the favorite, which is True Love here, for the simple reason I think this race wide open. So I'm looking to the 6 here. I think the 6 will be on the lead. So my top choice, and this one is Havana Anna, the 8 horse. Never finished less than second at this distance. Okay? That's my top choice. If you want to go with someone else, Cy Fair has to be considered just because our best jockey in the world's on him with Irad. And then if you want the 12, I like the 12 a little bit. If she breaks well from the outside, gets a nice path, she could be sitting just off the 6 and ultimately run by it in the last 16. So those would be the 3 I give you here. Top choice, the 8. I also like the 10 and the 12. So that's the juvenile turf sprint. Next up on Friday, race 7, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. We go 1 1/16 on dirt here. This one's simple for me. I really, really like the 4, Percy's Bar. She was DQ'd last time out, but she had Tommy Joe, who will be one of the favorites here, beaten, and I think she will do it again. So give me the 4 here, 9-2. Anything to add there, Jimmy? Or we didn't look at Friday, really? I don't want
Nope,
to.
I looked at the main event, and that's it's all I got.
Race 8 is the juvenile turf for fillies. We go 1 mile on the turf here, boys. Precise will go off a huge favorite, and he should be, for Aidan O'Brien. But again, in these races, I hate going with the chalk. That's Jimmy's thing. I'm going to target 3 that I think will be right there with a chance to beat Precise. The number 1, Ultimate Love with Johnny V riding. If she runs a similar race to her last, it's a nice stalking position. I love her chances. Next, I'm going to take a long look at 2 Dream, the 9, ridden by Irad out of the Pletcher barn. This horse is 2 for 2 at this distance. And then lastly, a nice long shot here that I really like. Brave Deb. Okay, this is the daughter of Authentic, the winner of our 2002 Derby and Classic. So Authentic won the Kentucky Derby, came back and won the Classic, which won him Horse of the Year. So I love the pedigree here. And she's coming off a big race where she won her last race. So I think we got a nice long shot here at, I believe the morning line here, Jimmy, was around 30-1. All right, race 9 here is the one that gets us our free bet, our no sweat at FanDuel if you're playing there. This is going 1 1/16 on the dirt. Smaller field here, only 7 horses, and we're going to get an odds-on favorite with Ted Noffey out of the Pletcher barn. He's going to be the top betting choice, and the reason why is right now, if you look at the Kentucky Derby futures market for 2026, this is your favorite for the Kentucky Derby next year. He's won all 3 of his races. He's going to be very, very hard to beat, but the price is nowhere anything I want a part of in this one. I really don't. Last year in this race, the favorite was Citizens Bull. Citizens Bowl was knocked off. I'm sorry. The favorite was knocked off by Citizens Bowl. I apologize. 14-1. This is where we learned about Citizens Bowl. So I'm going to roll with a little bit of a horse down the board at 5-1. I'm going with Blackout Time, trade by McPhee. He was second in his last start at Keeneland. I think he improves here. Irad is on board, and you know I'm always on Irad when he's riding. So I like this race, 5-1 with Irad. Race 10, Juvenile Turf Mile. This is our nightcap. We have a huge field of 14 here. And that outside horse will be the favorite in G-Stad. I hate the draw here, so I am not taking the favorite at that price. Instead, I'm going with Argos. 3-1, shipping in from Ryan's track he just talked about, Woodbine. We've already seen he can handle the mile, and when Flavery and Pratt riding him, I'm all in at 6-1. So that is those are my Friday picks, Jimmy.
All right.
Anything to add?
Not to be funny, you going to post those?
I mean, if Jimmy's writing them down.
I'm writing
No,
about as fast
I'm
as I
really
can.
not being funny. I'm asking.
I'm writing about as fast as I can. If we want to post it, I'll post it.
He will post them. All right. The best day in racing, Saturday. We're getting 9 championship races here. And we start with the 4th, Philly and Mare Sprint, going 7 on the dirt. Sweet Azteca is going to be the favorite here, and she will be tough again. But following my trend, I'm going to try to beat the favorite here. And I've gone back and forth between 2 here, the 8 and the 4. I think both can win this race. Tamara, 1-for-1 at this distance and has only been off the board once in her career. Hope Road has more experience, running 12 times over her career and coming off a big Grade 1 win at the Spa. I think she runs a big race here, and she's going to have every chance to win. That's where I'm probably going to go. I'm going to go with Hope Road. Got that one, Jimmy?
It is. Yep.
All right.
4th race.
So we go to the 5th. Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. We're going to go 7 furlongs here. I love the 10 here with Irad. Anytime I can find Irad on something that I like. She's so spicy. 3 for 3 at this distance. Has won 4 of 6 races this year, including a big race at Kentucky Downs in September. And Kentucky Downs is one of those I was talking about. Niche meets. They only run there 10 days out of the year. It's an awesome meet. Anyone who can win there can win anywhere. She's going to have a tremendous chance here. She's so spicy for the win in race 5. All right, race 6, the Breeders' Cup Sprint, 6 furlongs on the dirt. Don't blink here, Jimmy. You'll miss the race. They're going to go fast. This is a huge field for a sprint. I think there's 14 in this field. The 10 is going to go off the favorite. I think it will be there at the end, and I'm going to use the 10 in exotics. But for a win play, I'm targeting 7, Imagination, out of the Baffert barn. And for a long shot here, if you want to play a long shot, go for a big one. Jose Ortiz, Wesley Ward, pull off an upset, possibly with Nakatomi, 15-1. Nakatomi's won some big races in his career, could come back and win this one. Race 7, Breeders' Cup Distaff, going 1 1/8 on the dirt. I don't even really need to break this one down. I only got one play here. It's Darth Vader, Johnny V aboard. She's got good early speed, and if she can break well from the 12th post and get in position, she will put them away in the stretch run. Write that down, Jimmy. Stop looking at your TV. Darth Vader.
Got it.
For the win. And who's aboard? Johnny V. All right. Race 8, Breeders' Cup Turf Mile. 8 and 1 are going to take a ton of action here, Ryan. But for me, I can't do it with the favorites, as you know. I'm taking the number 3. Cutback and distance will play right into the hands of the 3. We're going to get a great price, 10-1, in 6 lifetime starts. 5 wins in 1 second and 1-for-1 at the mile distance. So we know the 3 can handle it. Let's take the 3 in race 8, Jimmy.
3 in race 8.
All right, race 10, the Breeders' Cup Mile Turf. Here's Irad again, and I think he's going to give us a shot here with the 11 at 5-1. The 11 is 4 for 4 this year, and I think it will be 5 for 5 after Saturday. You got that one?
11.
Okay. Race 11, Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. This race is going to be a good one. Field is loaded. Comes down to 3 for me. You can pick your 3. Goal-oriented, huge horse from the Baffert barn. You should know this name. He was the 22 Derby winner. Mystic Dan also won a huge race up at Toga. And then if you want a price here with, I think it's Jose Ortiz is going to get the mount. Chancer McPatrick. Hasn't had the year everybody expected him to have. Maybe he springs a little bit of an upset here and gets a Breeders' Cup win. All right, race 12. Philly and Mare turf race here. It's going to go 1 3/8 on the grass. Again, just another loaded field. This will be the last race of the day. My top selections here, and again, you can pick the one you want. I don't think there's a bad bet here. 14, She Feels Pretty, has never run off the board in 12 starts and is 3 for 4 this year for the win. Cinderella's Dream, the 9, if she runs her race, she's going to run down. And then I like this long shot here, and I'm going to tell you why. Be Your Best, the 7, is 30 to 1. There's one reason I'm going to use this horse, and it's going to be on every exotic I have. If I play the pick 4, it'll be there. If I play the pick 5, it'll be there. Because Irad's riding, and I am not going to lose a nice payout because I didn't bet the best jock in the world and left him off the ticket. So I will tell you right now, if you're playing exotics, make sure the 7's on there. You're going to kick yourself if you don't have Irad and he beats you. It's happened to me before. It's not a great feeling, Jimmy.
I bet.
All right, it's time for the only race you looked at. And that's the Breeders' Cup Classic, the 9th. Look, the scratch of Sovereignty really, really sucks, but that's horse racing. The horse got a fever. You got to make sure that the horse is okay, so they're doing the right thing by holding them out. There's a lot of good options here. Again, it's loaded. It's the best of the best, right? So Fierceness is here with Johnny V from the Chad Brown barn. Sierra Leone, who's looking to repeat, would be there. I'm sorry. Chad Brown sends out Sierra Leone. Fierceness has Johnny V aboard. Sorry, looked at my notes wrong there. Who do you like here, Jimmy? And then I'll give you my pick to end it out.
Look, I'm going to go to journalism. We talked about him all year. Won the Preakness. Runner-up in the other 2, right? Well-rested now. I can't believe he's 4th on the board, to be honest with you. I know Fierceness is coming off a big win, and he won in Del Mar. So that's a big deal, right? Because he's won on this track. But yeah, I think that's the value. We talked about Baeza on this show as well. Maybe, but I don't know. I'd actually probably I don't know, drop down to Nevada Beach at 20 to 1 if I wanted a long shot. They say contrary thinking is basically they're just a pace set for Sierra Leone. Nobody expects them to that horse to actually compete. But yeah, I think journalism 5 to 1. The 4th horse on the board seems to me like you're the best odds. Now I don't know anything about horse racing. This is just what I read up on. But I can't figure out, other than the fact that Fierceness won at Del Mar. Tell me why journalism isn't the favorite.
Oh, it's simple. Fierceness and Sierra Leone have better proven records. It's just better speed figures. Fierceness is a great horse. Sierra Leone won this race last year against a stacked field as well. So that's why Sierra Leone is probably, it wouldn't shock me, Sierra Leone goes off the favorite for Chad Brown. And again, it's a Chad Brown horse, so it's going to take some bias there because Chad Brown trains it. Baeza, look, Baeza's a nice horse. The problem I think Baeza always runs into is the speed is fast but honest, and he just has not gotten the closing speed that is needed here. So he doesn't have the pace to run into, and I don't think it's going to happen here. So my it's going to be funny because I'm going to match Jimmy here. I was going to say my pick would be Sierra Leone to repeat if journalism wasn't running here. I said in the spring, this horse is one of a kind, Jimmy. I said it right on the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
It ran 7 times this year between January and August. So I think we saw journalism come in second in its last race, and I think it was because we just had a little fatigue there, right? I think it's going to come back. I think Jose Ortiz and journalism walk away with a huge win. Journalism winds up winning the Preakness and the Breeders' Cup Classic. Sovereignty winds up winning the Derby and the Belmont. Also added the Jim Dandy and the Travers at Saratoga, but very small fields in those two. And I can't wait to see who they pick for Horse of the Year. It would probably be Sovereignty, even if journalism does win, but I think you'll get a much bigger debate if journalism runs this one down. So I'm going with journalism. We're going to get nowhere near 10 to 1 after the scratch. I would guess journalism probably goes off in the 4 to 1 to 5 to 1 range.
Yeah, he's 5 to 1 right now, right as we stand. Baez is 10 to 1. As last I checked, it might have changed.
So that's probably what you'll get. You'll probably get 4 to 5 to 1 on journalism, and I think it's the right play. And that's where I'm at for the Breeders' Cup. But I would encourage anyone who is not in, go to FanDuel Racing, sign up if you can, have some fun Friday and Saturday, make those $10 win bets. You get your money back if it hits the board. Why not? You get a $20 no sweat play tomorrow. Give it a shot. Horse racing's fun. Get addicted like me. I've been trying to get Jimmy to the dark side for a long time.
All
right, Jimmy.
Go back to Monmouth next year and in person. We'll have a great time.
And in 3 years, when it comes to Belmont, we'll be there in person. Whew. All right, that was a lot, boys. So I'm going to throw it to Jimmy now with our first story from college football, and that is we said it on Sunday. We posted a short. We got a bunch of views on the short because it happened as me and Jimmy were talking about it needing to happen, and that's Brian Kelly out of here.
See you later. Yeah.
Jimmy, what do you think? Good move? Only move, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it had that. I just don't know what good it does unless, like, doing it now. Like, that, I guess that's the biggest thing. Like, unless I understand certain, like, playoff teams that get knocked out early because they want a shot at other coaches first. They want to be, like, right? You want to start interviewing. You want the best candidates. But, like, I'm not quite sure why you need to get rid of Brian Kelly mid-season like this. But yeah, he had to go. I mean, I thought Brian Kelly was overrated his whole career. Ever since he ditched Cincinnati before the bowl game, I didn't like him. I didn't like how he said Notre Dame. You want to come to Notre Dame and play? And then he suddenly developed a Louisiana accent when he went to LSU. So I've always thought he was kind of a D-bag and not the best football coach. And I think we were right. There's just too much talent on that team to be in the position they're in. So
yeah,
it was well deserved. I just don't know. You could have waited to the end of the season. What difference did it make?
I think you don't want a lame duck coach. I don't think you want to do that. I think you want to just show your players, hey, let's just start building for next year. This guy's not going to be here.
Yeah.
Get his philosophy out the door. Put an interim coach in there. Get what you can out of the rest of the year.
Players and recruits.
Yeah, and other shit always comes out afterwards about, like, internal stuff, right? Like, we don't know all the inner workings of what was happening in the locker room and the turmoil and the battles. That'll come out in a couple of years if this is a big enough story. So,
well, I love how the governor basically came out and said,
Governor,
this AD is a boob. He's now paid out Kelly $54 million and Fisher $77 million. He is not picking our next head coach. I mean, that is hysterical.
That really is funny.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
He's not.
Not wrong.
He's not at all.
And look, sometimes I feel bad for these coaches when they get fired because they have, like, sometimes a 3 or 4 loss season with the type of talent you currently have is a win. But he had top level talent, right? Like it should have just like Franklin did at Penn State. Like when we put everything on the table that you should have, and I'll give you all the ingredients to make a beautiful dinner, and you give me an appetizer from McDonald's. Like, that's problematic. So, like, yeah, like, you know, they don't have a leg to stand on. If you get all that talent, you got to win.
Can either of you ever remember this many high profile jobs being opened at once?
No, but I think it's a concentration of talent. I think these two leagues are they're getting all the best players.
You're not wrong.
You know, like, whatever percentage you want to talk about, if you took the top 500 recruits, they're getting 450 of them at least. And that is creating a lot of pressure and parity, like you guys were talking about. I mean, you're going to see some of these SEC teams, like you said, be 4 or 5 losses at some point and still make it's 8-game playoff now.
It's 12 teams. Hopefully, it's going to go to 16.
And it's going right. I knew it was starting at something to moving, but you're going to see like a 4-loss team make one of these 16 team playoffs. Like, you're going to see it, and it's going to come out of one of those too, because they just have all the best players. And I think that means that you're not just a college coach; you're a college coach in one of those 2 leagues. Period.
Right.
You know. And those guys don't have job security. They just don't. They got to perform. What have you done for me lately?
Coaches in general don't, though. Like, most coaches, it ends poorly at some point, right? Unless they retire. So, but you're right, Ryan. Like the talent, talent's there. You're expected to win. now they're paying all this NIL money, right? So now it's not just scholarships. Like they talk about Penn State's facilities like they're better than some of the NFL teams at this point. Like
Right,
they
and
pour money into this program. You're expected.
Brian brought up top talent, and that's the problem, right? He got top talent and couldn't do anything with it.
Right.
He got the recruits you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, 100%. We gave you the filet mignon. We gave you the lobster.
Right, and you pumped out a McDonald's burger, like Jimmy just said. And
yeah, like it's not acceptable, right?
And
So,
I don't know current volume, but I remember reading this 2019 stat years ago that Texas's operating expense was like 254 million. What does that mean the revenue is nowadays, 6 years later, when teams are selling for what they're selling for? So you cannot be one of these, 35-ish coaches in these two leagues. You just can't have multiple losing seasons. There will be no more Joe Paterno's going 45 years or, Lou Holtz's,
Bobby
doing that
Petrino,
kind of stuff.
Yeah, but not Bobby Petrino.
It's not going to happen because unless you just are elite every year somehow and don't get caught cheating, because we know that most of the people that have won over the past 20 years have in some way, shape, or form been cheating in my mind with recruiting and whatever else.
Who was I don't know why I brought a blank, Greg. Who was the Florida State coach that was there forever?
Sir, it's Steve.
Yeah, I said Petrino. I was
Steve.
No, you're thinking of Spurrier.
Florida State, yes, Spurrier.
No, that was Florida. And then he was in South Carolina.
Oh, my bad.
After a stint in Washington in the pros.
I remember that part.
No, Florida State had the
other. He went to the
Sure.
Skins.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
and it didn't
go like but Florida State had the other coach like Paterno that was there for.
You're talking about Bobby Bowden.
There we go.
But Spurrier, going back to Spurrier for a second, Spurrier got a big bag of cash from the Skins. It just didn't work out well at all.
No, because he got his quarterbacks killed. He tried to play that same Florida style offense. Like, it wasn't air raid, but it was like, and he just got his quarterbacks pummeled in the NFL. Just murdered.
But I think to answer your question is simple. Like, there really are like however many teams there are minus these 35 teams. These 35 teams are their own NFL. They're their own feeder, right? Whatever huge percentage of the pros are going to come from those 35 teams because those guys are the best in the country. They're the top 500 every single year. And if you're one of these guys that's going to coach them and make $9-10 million, you better freaking produce because they're also paying all these NILs like you're talking about.
I think specifically with Brian Kelly, here's the issue. The situation was never going to line up better than it did this year. You had your quarterback coming back. You had talent coming back. The other schools in the SEC were very good, but as questionable as they were going to be, and you failed. It's not going to get better. This was as good as it was going to get for you, and you failed, right? And that's the problem. I feel great for Caleb DeBoer in Alabama. I always heavily dislike the SEC in Alabama. I'm happy for him. He got his ass kicked on opening night. He's made a great comeback. It's hard to follow a legend, and now he's making it happen. And you got to give him his credit, right? He's got a system in. He's got Simpsons playing great at quarterback, and Alabama's a real threat after in a different era with NIL following a legend in Saban, who is arguably the greatest college coach of all time. So good for him. He's doing it. You had arguably better school, Brian Kelly. What did you do with it? Nothing, right?
So here's my unfortunate take and comment, and I feel bad to anyone who watches this because they'll probably make it into one of our shorts. Sorry, Ole Miss. You had a great run with Lane Kiffin. I can guarantee you one thing. He's going to be wearing blue or orange or purple and yellow next year because he's going to be coaching the Florida Gators or the LSU Tigers. He will not be coaching the Rebels because they are going to put a big bag of cash in front of him. So, Eli, unless you're going to write a personal check, he will not be your coach next year.
That's a great call.
Agreed.
He's a weird fucking guy, too.
He's not the most normal, that's for sure.
Yeah, but he's got the right pedigree. Seemingly performing at a high level.
But he somehow knows how to coach, and he somehow knows how to get a shit ton out of his quarterbacks.
Yeah, he sure does.
Speaking of Eli Manning, just go off topic here for one sec. Anyone watching Chad Powers on Hulu?
I haven't,
Nope.
but is it good?
It's fantastic.
I've watched all the previews, but yeah, I haven't watched it.
Eli and Peyton have done it again, boys. I mean, just a fantastic show. So
I do love the two of them together. Those telecasts are amazing to watch. They're very insightful.
No, they're it's best. It's the best way to watch Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
I love watching the WNBA like that too, with Tarazi and Bird. Amazing. They have the same kind of chemistry. I didn't even know that existed. I know I talked about this before, but like there's something about that alternative view. I'd rather watch any game with you two guys fucking illustrating it than listening to these shitheads like, it's 3rd and 1, 77's coming up on the right. You know, whatever it is.
Jimmy, you got something funny to say? I can see you. I can see
you
you're
could, be
loaded.
you could be our new WNBA guy.
You can be.
Hey,
Maybe we'll get there someday.
tens of people knew that they had a simulcast, and you just educated a few more.
Yep,
Yeah,
well,
good news.
they do. Yep.
Yeah, good news. People just found that out right here.
Yeah, and I don't hate
Here
WNBA.
you
I'm
go.
a fan of the WNBA. I had no idea that was a thing.
Yep.
Me either.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of those
They
two.
did it for the college tournament, not for the
They did.
WNBA. I apologize.
That's exactly what they did.
My bad.
There we go.
All right, let's run down some games, Jimmy. Tomorrow, not much going on. Memphis plays at Rice, but they should hammer them. So the first real game to talk about is Vandy, number 9 in the country, goes into Texas, number 20 in the country. Texas it's bouncing between 3 and 3.5. It's gone as low as 2.5. Vandy go in and get a big win here, or does Texas finally step up, put a complete game together, and turn some heads here and get back on the playoff track?
I think this is a 4-unit play on Vandy +3. What has Texas done that makes you think they should be favored in this game? Like, I know they're the home team. This is a 9 versus 20. The -3 tells you if it was on a neutral site, it would be a pick'em game, right? And
Yep.
I give me Vandy +3. Missouri's defense is better than Texas's defense, in my opinion. And they managed to. Now I get it, Texas. You could say Texas offense is better than Missouri, and that might be true, but they're inconsistent at best. I think Vanderbilt goes in there. I think it's the year. I think it's Vanderbilt's year. I think Pavia's awesome. There's debate. A lot of people out there don't think he's going to be a good NFL quarterback. I think he's going to get drafted, and I think he can make it happen. He's got a good arm. He's got good instincts. I don't know. I don't know if you disagree with me, but give me Vandy +3. I would take him. I'd take him on the money line if it was better. It's +130 right now, so give me the 3 points.
Ryan, any opinion here?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm probably with Jimmy there, honestly. It's tough, but I hate to root against Texas so hard, but like you said, what have they done? They're not great, and
I'm not even rooting against them.
doing well.
We're thinking about this monetarily. Like, what has Texas done to say that they should be the favorite in this game?
Look, Vandy offense better. Vandy more passing yards. Vandy rushing offense better. Vandy 9 points more a game. Vandy better picking up third downs. Vandy's defense better against Texas' defense is better across the board, unfortunately. Yeah. Arch Manning has a concussion. I mean, how in the world is this line? Texas favored by 3? 3.5 somewhere? 4 units. 4 units, Jimmy?
We can go bigger.
We're going to put 10 units. But the problem is, we're hooking them. Because someone knows something. And Texas is going to run all over this team. Texas wins this game, not by 1, not by 2. 3 scores. Texas blows Vandy out, back in the playoff race. Won't be because of Arch Manning. It'll be because of that defense. Texas makes a statement this weekend. Texas by over 14 points.
I don't like it.
I don't either. I don't think Texas.
2 squares and a sharp.
Yeah,
we will find out, sir. Numbers don't lie in the end. The games are played.
They sure are. Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about literally the game of the year to determine the number 1 seed in the college playoff. to determine probably the best team in the country. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't September. Ohio State favored by 19.5 against Penn State. Boy, what a shame.
Yeah.
This was circled on everybody's calendar November 1st. Me and Jimmy were talking about this every week in the summer, that this was probably going to be the game of the year. And Ohio State's favored by 19.5. The coach isn't there. The quarterback isn't there from Penn State. Wouldn't it be hysterical if Penn State won this game somehow?
It would. That would be the best thing ever if Penn State won this game somehow.
But they won't.
They won't. But it would be awesome. Yes.
What a shame.
Fantasy world. Yes, it would be great.
I really, really was looking forward to watching this game, and never happened. I thought we were going to literally get number 1 Penn State versus like number 2 or 3 or Ohio State coming in. I mean, hosting, and nope. We got nothing. So we move on. Does line seem a little high, Jimmy? Miami's given 10.5 on the road to SMU.
Yeah, it does. We both think Miami's really good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bet it by any means. I'm not gonna take the points. I just looked at it and said, "Ooh, that might be a little high."
Yeah, no, I think it's a little high. If it was in South Florida, obviously I'd have a different story. But SMU's not a bad squad this year. I would still probably lean Miami if I was betting it. I mean, but I'd avoid. I would avoid. SMU got not smacked around, but they got beat by TCU. I don't know. They beat Clemson, but is Clemson any good? So there's just too many variables. Like I want, like in that world, I'm like, well, yeah, I'll take the 10.5 and SMU at home. What are we talking about? But then I'm like, well, so yeah, it's an avoid.
Yep. You brought up Clemson. That was the next game I had circled. Unfortunately, this line jumped since I'd bet it. I'd probably still play it, but I got Clemson when it opened at 2.5. I think Clemson beats Duke at home this week. I know Clemson's not what we thought they were going to be, but they still have a good defense, and they can score enough to beat Duke. So I'm going to take a shot at Clemson at home here against Duke.
If Clemson can't beat Duke at home by 4 points, then Dabo Swinney needs to be the next one.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Right? I mean, really. Like, he needs to be the next one gone. Because Dabo was the one that got on his high horse and rallied against NIL and was really outspoken about it. And then they brought back like 11 of 12 or something that I don't know. They brought back a lot of people, and they're getting, they're not any good. Every show I watched at the beginning of the season had them in the Final Four. Everyone.
If you want to see, yeah, me too. If you want to see something hysterical that I've never seen before, if you want to see a field goal kicker miss a 23-yarder by, 15 yards to the left, go watch the kick Tulane's kicker just did in this game. Because, that might be the worst kick I've ever seen in my life.
Fantastic.
Ryan, any opinion on Clemson Duke?
I know I bet Clemson a few times this year, and they failed me miserably, but I agree. If they blow a terrible loss against Duke, which means they just lose it all, that'd be just awful. They can't cover 4. If they can't cover 12,
it's at home.
Clemson. There's a name to that. Duke is
if Clemson
not a
would be 3.
school.
If they lose a game to Duke, they're 3-5, and they were supposed to be a Final Four. It's not as big of a story, but it's as bad as Penn State. Right?
Agreed.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I don't disagree with you there. All right, Jimmy, set them up for the world's biggest cocktail party while I go make another one. Oh, wait, do you not know what that is? I'll tell you if you don't.
The world's biggest.
That's Georgia, Florida, and Jacksonville. That's
all right.
Largest cocktail party. Set them up.
All right. So let's talk about Georgia and Florida. Any opinion on this one, Ryan?
No, sir, not really. I know Georgia lost me a bunch of money earlier in the year with my.
Yeah, so here's the deal. I mean, look, Florida has had just an absolute gauntlet of a schedule. Like, their schedule's ridiculous. Like, we talked about it, like, they might only win one more game all year. But they're not a terrible team. They've had an absolute gauntlet of a schedule. They've lost some tough games. Georgia's good. But I'm not like a full believer in Georgia. So there was a point where we said, hey, Florida might only win 2 games based on the rest of their schedule. This is one that I think they can get. And I'm going to tell you, maybe I'm crazy, but I'm going to take 7 points with Florida. because they, I think, are one of the better 3 and 4 teams out there. They have the talent. They've got a solid quarterback. They've got, what was thought to be a good coach, or they had one. But I don't know, man. I just think it's too many, and I think Georgia's a really good team, but I don't think they're great, right? And I think they've shown us that that's the case. So yeah, and look,
sorry.
yeah, no, you're good. But Florida's they got Kentucky after this. They've got Ole Miss at Ole Miss. Tennessee's coming to town, and they've got Florida State. Florida State's falling off, so Florida could win 3 more games. It still would be a disappointing season for them, but I think 7 points. I would take Florida in this game.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I just think Florida's the perfect example, and I'm only going off what you guys were talking about. I remember you talking about they had the same gauntlet as I think it was the Giants the first 8 weeks or something like that. And it's just back to what I was saying, like the talent is compressed. Those guys go play an Ivy League team or, any other team outside these 35 teams. They're going to murder people. The fact that they're 3 and 4 doesn't mean they're horrible. They probably have, a fantastic offense, defense, and 2 lines behind that. And if they go out and play some of these teams that are not in that group, that high-level team, they're going to murder them. But I don't know. I like the idea. You want to play the best, right? And if you lose to the best, hey, no shame in that.
Jimmy, you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Like the 7 points.
No, I'm just asking. You finally picked the sharp side, so I'm just want to.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah. All right,
nice
good,
work.
good. Yeah, no,
right.
Florida beat your boys in Texas that you think's going to go and put and whoop the Vanderbilt's ass. Like they've played good games. They lost to A&M. There's no shame in that, right? Like I don't know. I just think I don't know. I'm sticking with my pick. Florida plus 7, and we're gonna bet that.
I love Florida. We're also going to be betting Texas. Jimmy doesn't understand that yet, but it's going to happen. Because here's the thing. You got to remember with Texas, and I wish we got it at 2.5. I got it at 2.5 earlier in the week. It's moved to 3.5 in some spots. Don't forget, the look-ahead line in this game was Texas like 12 in the beginning of the year. Like this, we're talking about a team that was ranked 2, 3 coming into the year.
Yeah,
Texas.
Yeah,
I think they were. Were they 2? Was it Ohio? Because they played Ohio State. Was it 1-2 or was it 1-3?
It was either 1. I think it was 1-3. I think Penn State was 2.
Okay, that'd be right. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that. Anyways, going off on Texas again. I think Texas wins, but no, Florida's the right side here. I think everything both of you just said is right. They're probably the best 3 and 4 team we've seen in a long time. I think Georgia's good, but I think 7, and if it kicks to 7.5 again, jump right, take it immediately, Jimmy. Yeah. I think this game will be competitive. So does Georgia win? Probably, but a close one. Florida's going to be right there to the end. So I like it here. Texas Tech, our boys from Tech here, given it's fallen to 7, it was at 7.5 at K-State. Whew. This is a bad spot for Tech.
I don't think so. I think if we're looking at Tech, I thought they were, of the Texas teams, I thought they were the best. I think I was wrong, and A&M is the best. But I think Tech comes back. They had the disappointing loss to Arizona State. Oklahoma State's not a great team, so we can't. They're a really bad team, so can't really take anything away from that. But I think they put it on K-State. I would lean Tech here.
Yeah, I lean Tech myself. K-State, though, is playing better. They were the favorite to win this conference at the end of the year. They're 4-4 now, and they literally just destroyed the Jayhawks. So they're coming off that big win. But I lean Tech. Any opinion here, Ryan?
No, sir. No, don't know enough about these two.
All right.
Who's starting for Tech at quarterback is the big question.
That is a good question.
I've got to find. I need that intel before I make my final call. But because I just don't. I got 6.5 here. What is it? Let me see what it is. Live time. Hold on. It's 7 now. It moved to 7. But yeah, if
it looks like Morton's gonna play.
Okay, yeah. If Morton plays,
it's probable. They usually people aren't listed probable and don't play. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say
if he's playing and he's anywhere near himself, I would lay the 7. I know it's in K-State, but that was their big game. They beat Kansas. That was it for them this year. They accomplished what they needed to. Fuck Kansas.
So it's funny. One line that has been moving like a knuckleball, and it's a game that's probably off the radar here for most, is Delaware and Liberty. Liberty's giving 3.5 to Delaware. I'll tell you right now, with a 3.5, I'd jump all over Delaware here. This line, Delaware I believe Delaware might have been a favorite at one point.
Well, if you thought I had no opinion on this, you were right. So Delaware's the move.
I like Delaware. I like the Blue Hounds getting 3.5 here.
Fighting Flaccos.
Fighting Flaccos.
All right.
All right. This I just circled because I laughed real hard. Kansas is giving 24.5. I tell you who, but doesn't matter. If they were giving 24.5 to Jimmy, I would take Jimmy against that bag of trash.
Yeah. I don't want anything to do with Kansas in general. It's Oklahoma State, who he's talking
Who
about.
could be the worst team in the country, by the way.
It's really sad, actually, how bad they are.
It's
Yeah, but not a storied franchise, but like a place that's had very good players over the years. Did Blackman go there? Disappointment in the NFL. Great in college. Yeah, I just like Kansas so much at this point from a betting standpoint. I'll never bet on them.
It was funny to listen to you guys talk about that.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to put money on them. So
I can't wait to bet against their basketball team every single game.
Constantly.
I hate
you guys were hilarious.
I can't even tell you how much I hate them.
Yep. What are they ranked in the preseason this year? Like 10 or something?
They're right there. By the way, the Isaiah Likely prop just needed one catch. He's got one for 35.
It was a good one, yeah.
Nicely done.
Winner.
Let's get him in the end zone.
Yeah, let's get him in the end zone next, Ryan.
I got him at +9, I think.
Yeah.
Or -9, excuse me.
And it's amazing how certain teams like jump into how much you hate them. Like, I'm a Sox fan, so I hate the Yankees. I don't know why. I apologize to Ryan all the time. I grew up here, but the one team I wound up hating for some reason was the Patriots. I fucking hate the Patriots so much. But right there, I hate the Lakers, obviously. But right there, Kansas has jumped right into it. And for college basketball, I hate Duke more than anything. Duke and the Yankees are like 1 and 1A for me because I'm a Kentucky fan. But goddamn, Kansas might be 1C. I just can't with that team. I hate them. I hate them, Jimmy.
I don't like them.
And you know why? Because we sat here and preached them last year, and they crushed us every time.
You guys took a beating from yourselves.
I know.
It's hard to
like
do.
them. There was when
Right.
Oh.
Some of these games were like, if I saw Michael Jordan playing you one-on-one, and I was like, how would Jordan lose? And then Jordan somehow lost to you. That's what it looked like.
I listened to all of them, and you guys were hilarious. They just pissed you off every freaking week.
Who was it back in the early 2000s when they were good? Was it Kirk Heinrich and Nick Collison? Were those the two players?
Yes.
When they
Pollard
were there,
go there too?
Was
that Pollard somewhere else? Scott Pollard?
I don't know.
Was he Kansas? That 7-footer.
That would have been like late 90s, wouldn't it have been?
Maybe. He might have been a little before them.
I think it would have been 90s because Pollard was on the Kings in 2001. But when Heinrich and Collison were there, that was a fun team to watch. And then I've hated him ever since.
How about Jock Vaughn? Did you like him?
I don't think I cared.
That might have played with that guy. Might have played with Pollard.
And here's good news: when Jock Vaughn was in the NBA, also didn't care.
He probably was on Cleveland.
He played for a couple of teams, I think. But Jock, I mean, he was the ultimate role player. Jock Vaughn was a good player. He was a decent coach. He coached for a while.
He played at Kansas 96-97 team.
Okay, a little early then. Sorry.
So that means he was on Paul Pierce's team.
Oh yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'm getting a beer.
By the way, just for the record, in case we ever do get, this podcast does take off.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Pierce, you're fine. I like you on the Jayhawks. The truth. No
we didn't start hating them till more recently.
Jock Vaughn, love you too. Didn't start hating Kansas until a few years ago. You got Paul Pierce. You're still right here. Still one of my favorite Celtics of all time. Truth hurts, Ryan. Oh yeah, where's this guy going? I have another game to go over, and then we got nonsense to go over, and then the NFL. We still got a lot of show to do, Jimmy. Jimmy, we got a lot of show to do here, buddy. All right, Ryan. Oklahoma is getting 2.5, going to Knoxville.
both those teams have screwed me this year. Honestly, so I think I'm out. I
You're
think
not
I'm
the
gonna
only one.
avoid.
You're gonna
Honestly,
avoid
like both, I know both of them. I've lost on both of them.
Who are we
And
talking about?
Oklahoma going to Tennessee, getting 2.5. Jimmy, who do you like? Who's roasted here?
I think I'd take Tennessee. I think Mateer's cooked. He was early Heisman favorite. I think it's over.
I'll tell you what. I would give Oklahoma a hard look in this game, and I would probably bet them if the game was being played at noon or 3:30. You don't win, Ryan, at night in Tennessee. Tennessee will win this game under the lights. It is one of the hardest places to play at night for some reason. The atmosphere is ridiculous. There's about 9 million people they cram into that stadium somehow. I don't know how, because I think there's like 18 people who live in Tennessee, but they cram in there somehow. It's a thing. Give me Tennessee here. Lay the 2.5 happily. Jimmy will be putting that in our plays right next to Texas. 2 T's for you. All right.
Hey, just to add something in, they just scored. Andrews just caught a pass interference that definitely was a pass interference route, but didn't need a penalty call, and they didn't call it, rightfully so. It's like a rub route kind of. Just
Second
scored
touchdown.
14-3.
Yeah.
Good thing I have the other. Good thing I have the other tight end to score a touchdown tonight.
Yeah. Well,
like it happens, Jimmy. We knew the tight end. At least we knew from our handicapping the tight ends were Miami's weakness, so we knew that. All right. I just threw this on my notes because I wanted to hear your opinion if you had one. Georgia Tech has moved into the top 10. They're giving 5.5 on the road to NC State, who's one of those teams. Do you think this just might be a bad spot?
Maybe, but Georgia Tech's played. I mean, solid football.
They haven't played good. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying, do you think this could be a game where you just might have to take NC State because it's a spot play more than anything else?
Fine. I mean, you've got an 8-0 team against a 4-4 team. It's points. It's on the road, but no, I would avoid or take Georgia Tech. I'm not going to bet the Wolfpack.
You got the Wolfpack averaging almost 31 points a game. Tech's averaging 36. Wolfpack's putting up 420 yards of offense every game, and they're at home. Their defense is both, let's just be honest, they both suck. One gives up 20 points a game because they've played an easier schedule. The other one gives up 29 points a game. NC State's 3-1 at home. I'm telling you, if you're betting this game, I lean to the Wolfpack getting 5.5. And if that line goes to a key number like 6, 6.5, or 7, I think you slam it.
Yeah. You make a good argument. 3-1 at home.
And
the total is 58.5, so they think that both offenses are going to show up.
They should. Both offenses are good. All right. Last one for me, and I maybe I'm dead wrong. We brought this up on the show. Unfortunately, I keep telling you games that I bet and I beat the number. This one I did not beat the number, and I'm very annoyed about it. I bet Cincinnati when this line opened at 7.5 because I thought the line would dip down under a touchdown. This line's 10.5 somewhere. I know the running back's out for Cincinnati. I don't really care. Their backup, their second and third string backs are fine. I don't know what I'm missing here. I get it's at Utah. I get it's at night. I know it's a tough place to play. I know Utah's really, really good. But so is Cincinnati.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cincinnati's been the better team this year. Utah, like you said, tough place to play. Cincinnati's defense leaves something to be desired. Right. Again, 54.5 is the total. I wouldn't necessarily take the over, but I don't think it's insane. But no, I'd take the 10. Give me 10 points and the team that I think is the better team.
Yeah, give me the Kelseys.
Yeah.
Ryan, anything here?
I agree with you.
No, sir, not on this one.
And Utah's let down in big spots, right? So that, they haven't, when they've played good teams, they've gotten beat.
All right. We will get to the NFL after some nonsense, boys.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Well, it's time for some nonsense. So, Jimmy, we gave you the email. Another one came back again. We talked about the beginning of the show, so I'll just give you the comments that you got. Jimmy, will you please post the goddamn picks? So, Jimmy, if you could get on X, people would appreciate it.
I will post our college plays and our pro plays this weekend.
He's also going to praise the Breeders' Cup plays. All right.
I am. I'm going to have Greg recap some of them because he talks real fast and yeah. So,
Sakes
but yeah,
alive.
so we'll get those on there.
All right. So the Blink 182 Green Day debate sparked a lot of comments on the short that I posted. A lot of people siding with Blink 182. Jimmy, is that surprising? I thought it was a blowout.
Yeah, I agree. So look, if you're asking the 44-year-old me which band that I technically think is I would rather listen to now, there's probably more Blink 180. The best Blink 182 songs to me are now better than the best Green Day songs. Green Day has more hits, and they had one album that was better in totality when we were kids. It wasn't close. And Dookie was a better album than anything Blink 182 put out. So I'm going to stick to that. My opinion about Blink 182 is they had great songs, not great albums. And that might not be popular for all the Blink fans out there. But I thought they had great songs on each album, but they didn't put together great albums from front to back. Where Green Day put together almost a perfect pop punk album from front to back. And then all they did was go on to create hit songs for 20 more years. So I'll debate anybody on that.
I'm on Green Day on this one. I think Green Day is a better band. I think Green Day had the better hits. I think they had the better albums. I think their catalog is deeper. I'm a Green Day guy. That's just me. I don't think you can go wrong with either one, if I'm being honest. But for me, I'm opposite of Jimmy here. I'm Green Day all day.
No, but but we're on the same side on this, right? Like that was my point. Like if you were to in real time, Green Day was better.
At 44, I would still.
Yeah, no, I get it. I think there's a handful of Blink songs, a handful of them over all of their albums that I like better than any specific Green Day song now. Like I love Stay Together for the Kids was a great song. Damn It was a great song. They had a handful of songs that I still really like, and I don't really listen to Green Day anymore. But Green Day, no doubt, had more hits and they had better total albums. And again, it matters in real time, not in hindsight, right? It doesn't matter what I think now. Like I'm not buying their albums now. So I'm with you. I think it's a very tough one to debate. Somebody's fighting on the sideline. But yes, so I'm seeing both sides of it, but there's just a couple Blink songs that if you said you could only listen to these songs, I'd rather hear these two Blink songs, but there's only a couple of them where there's a ton of Green Day songs that I really, really like. They just they have a much better catalog.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, catalog for me is what the winner is. But so that sparked debates, and I got a couple of things. So one person wrote that, hey, a while ago you guys compared Metallica and Nirvana, which kind of two different genres. I know we were talking about the albums that came out at the same time. So they asked, who do you think's better, Metallica or Guns N' Roses? So great question, but here's the problem with the question. So I'm going to rephrase it to Jimmy to get his thoughts.
Okay.
If we're talking longevity, I mean, there's no competition. It's Metallica, and we can't even have a debate. But if you're talking from 1987 to 1992, when Axl Rose was performing and didn't go off the rails, then you can kind of have a debate. If you're talking Appetite for Destruction and the double album versus the Black Album, and I think it would have been Injustice for All, now we can have a debate. And Jimmy, I'll give you the stage, and then I'll pass it to Ryan, because my answer might surprise you.
As much as I'd like to argue with Greg, I think he makes a very good point here. If we were going to narrow it down to that particular timeline, I would say Guns N' Roses takes it, right? But from a longevity standpoint, and if you go all the way back to Kill 'Em All, and then Master of Puppets, and Ride the Lightning, and Justice for All, the Black Album, Metallica for sure, over the course of time, their catalog is much deeper. The thing I will say about Guns N' Roses, and I've made this argument, Appetite for Destruction, to me, was the last great rock album. It wasn't heavy metal. If you listen to the riffs Slash wrote, it was rock. It was awesome, and it was great from cover to cover. Every song was great. Now, Lies, Lies, Lies was solid, and I think that, and I know this might be unpopular with you, I think Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 could have been Use Your Illusion, and they could have cut out some of the fat, a lot of right, and that's my opinion on that album.
I agree completely.
Right? Yeah, I think Civil War was great. Obviously, the big three were great. There was some really good tracks on that album. The remake of Live and Let Die was great, but Guns N' Roses, to me, you have Appetite for Destruction, you have an EP, it wasn't a full LP, and Lies, 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 and then Illusion could have been cut to one. So they caught lightning involved. They were hot, which a lot of bands, not a lot of bands, to be clear, don't make it as good as they did, but they could put that out. The fact that Metallica could put out so many albums that were great, yes. Kind of goes back to that argument that we just made. In a vacuum, in those few years, like Greg said, Guns N' Roses wins if we're just going right here. But if you're looking over a timeline, Metallica's the winner.
I would love to be contrarian here too, but you guys are so on the money in my mind. But I will tell you this just as a true fact. So I graduated high school 5 years before you guys in '94, and I had no idea who Metallica was at that point. But I had heard Guns N' Roses. I could tell you some other stories, like it was playing all the time. However, when I got to college, we listened to no Guns N' Roses, and the Black Album was all day long playing beer pong all night. Always.
And that makes sense. But Appetite for Destruction, if, again, I'm agreeing that Metallica's catalog, but if you were saying you only get one album, Appetite for Destruction would be that album. Like, that was so good from front to back. It was like they made almost the perfect rock album, in my opinion. Like, Rocket Queen to end this it's like two songs in one. Yeah. Like right? It's almost like Layla was the Clapton. Like, it's unbelievable how the song changes over.
And Mr. Brownstone.
You got My Michelle.
Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine. You can go on for every single song.
Every song on that album was
and
good.
They're all stuff people know nowadays. Doesn't matter how old you are, they all have some idea.
Yeah, but it's somehow they wrote this one album, and they just were on. Like, they couldn't miss. So they had this one album that was just, and to me, as much as I prefer older Metallica songs, if you were asking me my favorite Metallica songs, 3 of them were before the Black Album, and then we get to the Black Album, right? But the Black Album was, to me, Metallica's best total album altogether. That was my favorite. It doesn't have my favorite songs, but I do like it from cover to cover.
All right, my cover to cover album for Metallica is Kill 'Em All. Then it's the Black Album.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, Kill 'Em All was just. I mean, you could throw that on and just listen for an hour, and then you want to just run through a wall.
Yeah.
So here's my take. I'm we're all kind of on the same page here. Metallica, to be transparent, my favorite band, group, whatever you want to label them, of all time, as Jimmy knows. But if you're taking just when Guns N' Roses and Metallica were both relevant, Guns N' Roses was the one that I would pick. Appetite for Destruction is to Jimmy's credit, one of the best albums ever. Even with the fat, Use Your Illusion is fucking awesome. I mean,
like
there's
the fat and Use Your Illusion. I think you guys are off there. I know that we try and concentrate stuff, but I like both those audio cassettes at the time.
I do too. But to Jimmy's point, if they just picked the top 15 and made it one mega album, it could have been literally historic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is
almost. You're saying there was bad content versus
but it would have just been better. It's almost the case every time they do a double album. Like Smashing Pumpkins, when they put out Melancholy, there were good songs on both discs, but it could have been one disc and a bunch of B-sides. Like, you don't need to put out a double album was completely unnecessary for the most part. It's almost self-gratifying. Like, oh, we're so great, we can put out 30 great songs. Like, yeah, you can, but you could pick the 15 best.
And I know this isn't a hot take because it's been said by, every music critic / columnist ever, but it would have been awesome to see what Axl Rose and Slash would have done together if they didn't have the tension and Axl didn't lose his mind and they actually had the same longevity as Metallica. What would we be sitting here saying about Guns N' Roses if they performed from, the mid 80s all the way to 2025? Where would they be?
It's a good point, and they might have been great, but there is something awesome, like if they were the Beatles of the night, right? Like, who put out a ton of albums and then went their separate ways. But there's something amazing about the fact that they were so good. So I mean, they're the Nirvana of harder
They
rock,
are.
right? Nirvana, like I said, very few people cared about Bleach. Nevermind was their big album, and then
Oh,
In Utero came out, and then
In
that was
Utero was
it.
fantastic.
Right, but that was all we had,
That's all
right?
we had.
We had 2
All we
albums,
had.
and I know
Yeah.
Kurt died, and we could say what would have happened, but who knows, right? Who knows?
I don't
If
count
Kurt,
the Spaghetti incident for Guns N' Roses, and I just pretend that never happened.
yeah, it was just a big cover album, right? Like they just kind of threw this out there. I mean, we all wanted it to be something great, and it wasn't.
It's just terrible.
Yeah, Lies, Lies, Lies was great.
Wow.
Patience, I mean, come on.
Patience is one of the best songs they ever
Yeah.
wrote.
Yeah. But no, for
Ryan-
my money, that whole album, if you listen to the way Slash writes riffs, it's rock and roll. Like it's like it somehow captured late, like it was different. It was like coming out of the, keep in mind, like we were coming out, Metallica was its own thing. Metallica was like Metallica, Megadeth. They were in this metal genre that was still somewhat subdued, and everything else was hair metal. And then like Guns N' Roses came out, and they were just
You're making a
rock.
great point. Let me cut in. That's what I think about Guns N' Roses. I think they were caught between metal, hair metal, and rock, and they were this unique thing where it was like, is it rock? Is it metal? Is it hair? What do we do? And that's what made them so great, because they weren't rock and roll. I know what you're saying. I completely understand what you're saying. They're not heavy metal, but they weren't rock and roll either. I wouldn't put on the Stones and say, oh, Rolling Stones, Guns N' Roses, same thing. No, not at all. Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, same thing. No, Guns N' Roses were like kind of their own little thing. They carved out this piece where they were metal, rock, hair metal. They were all of it.
Yeah.
And they were just fantastic.
I agree completely. Like I said, the guitar riffs by Slash were that, and then like if you go to like a November Rain, like it's
such a good song.
it's epic. So of those 3, what's your favorite of the 3 of the trilogy?
Go ahead, give me the songs or the albums. What are you doing?
No, of the Guns N' Roses trilogy. So you've got Don't Cry, November Rain, and oh my God, what's Jesus Christ, what's the third one? It was my favorite forever. I know all the lyrics of the song.
Don't Cry, November Rain, and what?
It's the Estranged. Jesus Christ, I don't know.
Now, are you talking Don't Cry original lyrics or alternative lyrics?
I love them both.
Me too.
But that was the trilogy.
but
That's considered the Guns N' Roses trilogy from the video standpoint and the song standpoint. So I'll just give you my answer. When I was young, Estranged, with the one I can remember, was my favorite because it's the most emo of them all.
Yeah.
Of like the way it flows and it ends. Obviously, November Rain was most popular. As I'm older in life, Don't Cry is the best song.
All right. This is a tough one. I actually, believe it or not, off that album, my favorite one isn't even what you listed. It would be You Could Be Mine.
Oh yeah.
Then I would
was that I don't know if that was on the album. That was on the Terminator 2 soundtrack.
No, that was on Use Your
Was it on the second? Okay. Yeah. That was from T2, Judgment Day.
It was it absolutely was. I love You Could Be Mine. I would probably go Don't Cry, either one, and then November Rain, which is going to lead me into another one that we got asked. But Ryan, any opinion on the trilogy?
No, sir, not really.
Last point.
They were both amazing. What are you gonna do?
So last point on that, because Greg, you love fun facts. If you go back and watch the Don't Cry video, when the helicopter's on the rooftop, Shannon Hoon from Blind Melon, and he actually did this, so it's on the album too. But he sings the backup lyrics to the chorus of Don't Cry. And he's on the rooftop while the helicopter's circling, singing all the backup lyrics in Don't Cry. That's Shannon Hoon from Blind Melon.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Jimmy's bringing it tonight. Good fact right there. All right. The reason I said that it leads me into the next one that we got, which I think is a good one. We can bring up more nonsense. November Rain. The one thing that I'll always remember when someone says that song is the video, because they played it on MTV all the time, and then they had to take a commercial break because the video was 7 hours long. So then you went into always a commercial after November Rain. But the question we got was VH1 versus MTV.
Is that really a debate? It's obviously MTV. VH1 was like the redhead stepchild of music television.
Yeah, if you're talking the 90s, like MTV was the greatest channel ever when the programming they had, the only thing besides music videos was Beavis and Butthead, Real World, and Road Rules. Once they started everything else, MTV's the
It
worst
went
channel.
downhill. By the way, Beavis and Butthead is back with new episodes. I don't know if you saw
Oh,
that.
it's fantastic.
Yeah. I haven't watched it yet.
It
the
is
originals,
fantastic.
though. You'll never beat the originals. Can you name the spin-off from Beavis and Butthead?
King of the Hill.
Good
Yeah.
job, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Good
I
job.
would have got that too. I would have said propane salesman because I wouldn't have recalled King of the Hill, but and I would have said Hank maybe and Bobby.
Well done.
Yeah.
But no, I'll give VH1 its due. I mean, VH1 was a good. If MTV was on commercial, I'd flip over to VH1.
Yeah. It just never had the same whatever. Remember Headbangers Ball?
Headbangers Ball and Yo MTV Raps were the greatest thing to watch when your parents went to bed and they couldn't be like, turn that off.
They were awesome. They were absolutely fantastic.
Headbanger, what would you prefer? Headbangers Ball or Yo MTV Raps?
I preferred Headbangers Ball because, and I loved rap at the time. I still do. But I saw multiple bands that were small time that I saw at small shows on Headbangers Ball. I was like, holy shit. They're on MTV. Like, I've been in a crowd with these guys.
Yeah,
like
that's
cool. So that was really. I saw Snapcase on Headbangers Ball. Snapcase, they're from Buffalo, old school, like hardcore. They were on. They had a video on Headbangers Ball. I was like, I felt like I made it, because I saw these guys that were like local guys on Headbangers Ball.
I always felt like you got a better variety on MTV from a video standpoint than VH1. VH1 was all your top 40 shit.
Yeah.
It was your easy listening of videos when VH1 first came out. Like you turned over, it was like, oh, good, Michael Bolton's on again.
Yeah, it was like Sinead O'Connor on repeat. Yeah.
Oh, good. Here's Eric Clapton again with the song about his kid falling out the window. I mean, I'd say, I've heard. It's enough. It's enough with him.
My favorite band, as you guys know from Buffalo, Every Time I Die, made a parody video called "Beers in Heaven."
But to me, I mean, did I sum it up okay? I mean, that was kind of
that was it. Yeah, yes.
It was the whole thing, Ryan. It was the whole thing.
Yeah, it was. Well, VH1 wasn't great.
Although they do have the best to date. This I'll fight to my dying day, Ryan. VH1 had the best documentary series of all time, and then because of the rights, no one can play it. I thought it would come to Paramount Plus because they have like the VH1 MTV shit on there. But I love the 80s, I love the 90s stuff.
They were good.
The greatest shit ever.
They're gone?
Yeah, you can't, because the rights, they can't afford to pay everybody so they can show them.
Oh, too bad. They were really good, yeah.
Yeah,
they were the best. I would love to. You can watch them on YouTube still, but the fuzzy quality. I can tell you my favorite line from that, Jimmy, if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it.
The comedian, I think Michael Ian Black, right? That did all those?
Yeah.
Okay. They were talking about Mike. Yeah, isn't it Michael Ian Black?
I think. Yeah, maybe.
They were talking about the Spice Girls wannabe. Is that not his name?
I don't know. It might be. Yeah, Michael Ian something. Anyway,
you can look it up. But he's talking about the Spice Girls. They were going through that period in wannabe, and he goes, "It's the greatest song ever." He goes, "Let me get this straight. If I want to be with you, I get to sleep with all your friends. This is fantastic."
Yeah, it's good.
All right,
Comedy Central's gone way downhill. Does anybody remember Mystery Science Theater 3000 from when we were young?
That was an unbelievable segue, but go ahead, elaborate on that.
No, it was just awesome. It was hilarious. It was like ahead of its time. It was one of the funniest shows on TV. They just made fun of old movies. It was a robot and a dude and I don't know, an alien sitting in a theater making fun of movies, and it was the funniest show around. It was awesome.
That was an unbelievable segue, because the other one I got that people wanted to hear the debate on, since we got Ryan, who's 5 years before us, and then us, was 2 huge animated series came out in our formative years. South Park, Simpsons. Who you got?
So I don't watch either of them religiously, but if I had to watch one or the other, South Park. But I do like what The Simpsons has done just for pop culture in general. Like The Simpsons seems more important. They're the longest running show of all time, but I enjoy South Park more. My answer would be Family Guy. Family Guy changed my like animation dynamic. But yeah, I would go South Park in that.
I think it's a generational thing. I think The Simpsons was in and is incredibly like important, and it's been on forever. I mean, I think it was 1989. The first one went out on Letterman. It was 88 or
Longest running
89.
show of all time. Yeah.
Like that's really ridiculous. Like really, really ridiculous. Or it was what? Or it was on the Tracy Ullman show. It might have been Tracy Ullman show. Now that I think about it. Anyway, it really is amazing. I think South Park took what the Simpsons laid the groundwork for and like amped it up in the best way possible. And I have great respect for those guys. I'd have to say Simpsons just from a time and the fact that they fit in all those like ridiculous jokes right in your face at 8 o'clock on a Sunday night is amazing for that long because they were forget all this prediction stuff, but the stories they run, the aggression they have with like pop culture, and while keeping it clean. South Park takes it another quarter step, right? And is a little dirty, a little this, and great,
Quarter, yeah.
love it. The
Take
season
17
one,
steps.
you were talking about Appetite for Destruction. Season one of South Park might be the most brilliant, however many episodes, 8 or 12, I think, of all time. Like the content in those, if you go back and just watch that first season, it is really impressive. But I have to give it to The Simpsons. I mean, the guy created all these things people say to each other, eat my shorts, man. Like that was a thing in the 90s.
Look, when I was in,
Just froze.
I think it was second or third
time.
grade, I had a shirt that said "I Caramba," Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
I couldn't wear "Eat My Shorts." You got in trouble.
But it's still like The Simpsons is still acceptable for elementary school kids, where South Park is not, right? Like, but
And I'm sorry, I got
South
cut
Park's
off there.
humor
That's
and
what
their
I meant.
political commentary and it's not even political commentary. Like South Park is so up to date with anything that's currently relevant.
Here's my take on this. The Simpsons grind, by the way, great job. You nailed it. It was 1989. That's when it came out, December 17th, 1989.
Holy shit.
And I'll be honest with you, when we get into Christmas season, me and my wife, we watch Christmas movies, we watch shows from our childhood, and we'll never not watch that first Simpsons episode where they got, the dog. Well, that was the first episode.
Santa's Little Helper.
Santa's Little Helper.
Yeah.
That's right. And I mean, that's my life. My grandpa would have took me to the dog track. We would have brought Santa's Little Helper home. That
Think
was
about 89, dude. That's
89.
a long time ago.
But The Simpsons, great. It's great, but I'm South Park all day. And the reason why is because what you said, first season was unbelievable, but how South Park evolved and they started writing current events and taking current events and making them so entertaining, so funny, and they take shots at everybody.
Yeah.
I think Trey Parker and Matt Stone are probably the best writers of our time.
I agree.
And the fact that they could put those episodes together and like so quickly to be in real time was extremely impressive.
Just a story from me personally. I was a religious South Park watcher. I mean, I'm talking, when it came out, I watched it for the first 13 seasons. Then I took a hiatus, it was with work and everything. I just couldn't keep up. I probably missed a bunch. I recently said, you know what, at Paramount Plus, I'm going to go back and start watching it from season 15 on. It's the funniest shit of all time. I mean, they didn't miss they got funnier.
Dude,
they got more aggressive, more in your face, and somehow it got funnier.
Well, I've got the ones this season taped and I haven't watched them yet or recorded, whatever. Apparently, they're beyond ridiculous in a great way.
Yeah, they show Trump with a little penis every time. They have J.D. Vance as what's his name from oh my god, from Fantasy Island? What was the guy's name? Fantasy Island, little fella.
Oh my god,
the plane. They have him tattoo. Thank you.
Yeah,
they have J.D. Vance drawn like tattoo. Basically, he's like this little guy running around. Us, just going like that the whole time.
My last comment on this conversation is the South Park movie in 2001 was unbelievable.
Bigger, longer, uncut.
Bigger, ladder, and uncut. It was.
First one was unbelievable. There was nothing like that ever. That had never existed. I had to deal with these uppity folks where Greg knows that I grew up. And they were just so offended. They just could not believe.
That movie was hilarious.
I probably
was
saw it
awesome.
10 times.
I owned it on I think DVD, not VHS. Could have been a VHS though.
No,
And
DVD
this was a
probably.
DVD.
It was,
I
it was
watched
like,
it.
what was
I
that,
watched it 100 times.
2003, 2004?
Oh no, that was
No,
1998.
it was 2001.
No, it was 98 or 99. I
No.
was in high school.
No. Wasn't 98 or
I
99.
want to tell you, I bet it was 2000.
I'll bet you any bottle of bourbon you want.
I'm not betting
that
anything.
movie came out in 1999.
I don't think so.
I bet it was 2000. I bet it was
99.
2000.
I was in high school. I was in high school when I watched it.
South Park, bigger, louder, and uncut. Yeah, you're right. 99.
Good job.
Yep.
It was unbelievable. It still holds up. It's hilarious.
It sure does.
All right. There's a lot of nonsense, boys. Now it's time to get down to business. NFL, Jimmy, it's time.
Done.
Let's get to some news first. I had to throw this out here because it's just unbelievable. This guy rushed for 2,000 yards, was a beast in the NFL, and now Adrian Peterson, his life has just gone off the rails.
I didn't see it. What happened?
Oh my God, he's got his second DUI in 7 months. He got pulled over in an SUV asleep. When the officer asked him, "How drunk are you on a scale of 1 to 10?" he said, with a straight face, 2.
Awesome.
So yeah, I mean, it's just so bad. This guy's fall from grace has been unbelievable.
I mean, he could have been, if he had stayed the righteous path, so to speak. I think we all think of him as like a top 7 back of all time. Like, I watched a lot of games in his career, and he was unstoppable.
He was. It's sad what's happened to this guy.
He had some weird shit when he played though, with like beating his kids and stuff.
Hit him with a stick.
Like, you know,
what, I can't remember what that's called. What's like a
switch?
Switch. That's it. Yep.
Yeah. Hit him with a switch.
Yep.
And then he said it was a cultural thing, and we let him off the hook.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, I mean, poor AP, just not working out for him, Jimmy.
Too bad.
Jimmy, I thought you'd have a better take on that one, but you didn't.
No, I mean, look, I feel bad. I feel bad for him, but like, he was always a little bit of an odd dude, and he's also taken a beating. So, who knows?
He was giving them too. That was the problem.
Yes.
What I did there, boys. That's where we bring the humor here at Who You Got, especially on Thursday nights when we're all drinking. My question for you, Jimmy, is you didn't have a good take there. You're off camera now. Why don't you slide back? There you go. All right. Do you have a take? Are you happy for our Michigan boy? He got a big bag of cash.
Who got a big bag of cash?
Jimmy, we do a sports podcast. I know you're.
I know you're going to update me on the news.
You're in the hotel at night. You got to go NFL news. You got to check what's going on. Our boy Hutchinson got a huge bag of cash. 4 years, $180 million extension.
Well, yeah, he's obviously worth all of it. So good for him.
That was a wonderful take, Ryan. Your thoughts?
Well, I mean, what do you want me to say? Like they had no choice. They had to pay him. Like they drafted him. He's their best defensive.
It's getting better. Go more. A little elaboration. Let's go.
It's the opposite of what Dallas did. If you draft a player, and in year 4, when the rookie contract has one more year left, you have to pay them. That should be your goal. Like, we drafted the player, and we have to pay them now. That means we drafted the right player. I don't know. Like,
that's what I'm talking about. Great take. That's what I was looking for.
That's how this should. You should hope that you draft somebody that you have to give a max deal to, basically, or reset the market. That's what you should hope. That means the GM did his job.
No, 100%. That's a great take. I think they did the right thing. I think you had to do it. I think Hutchinson is one of the best defenders in the league. He's still young. He still looks explosive coming off surgery. Great job by the Lions.
Great.
Looks great. I told you. You just got to get Myles Garrett there. He'll be unstoppable, Jimmy.
They'd win the Super Bowl.
I know he made the decision. He had the choice. He made it, and he regretted it early. He's got to get somebody's got to run.
Well, volume in Maryland isn't working out real well, but Ryan's excited. Hutchinson's locked up. It's working well. Yeah. He's happy. He's a Terps fan. It happens. All right. Jimmy, it's time to run down the board for the NFL Week 9. Hey, good news, everybody. I want you all to know Jimmy's fighting the good fight in our fantasy league. He's really trying to compete with
Can
me.
you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you much better now.
Oh, that's good.
We're tied for first. I'm a much better team, but Jimmy's right there. He's scored about 8 points this year, but he's playing D. He's 6-2. We're all proud of him. Good job, Jimmy.
Hey, we have a very deep squad. We feel good about it.
You have a
Peaking at the
shallow
right
squad.
time.
It's fine.
Peaking at the right time.
You have a terrible bench. It's fine. Look, Jimmy's right there. He didn't name his team after us. I did. Who you got? 33 is in first place, most points in the league. We're doing well. We're 6-2. Our boy, what's his name here? A-Chain's not doing us any favors to start the week off, but it's all right. We'll recover. My team's that good. Jimmy, how do you think this league ends?
Here's the problem with fantasy, and we've talked about this. You never know. So in our league,
that's a wonderful thing. Ryan, your thoughts?
No, in our league, the top two get a bye. So, but what can happen is on your bye week, your players still technically score points, and when you're on a bye, if your player everybody goes off and you have a record week, the law of averages say the next week you might not have a record week again, and you can get completely hosed with the best team. You want to balance it out and hope that you turn it on. Now, if your team's that good and you get the bye, you're going to get a payout because you're going to still take third, because in the consolation game you're going to get paid out on it. But that's what sucks. That's happened a number of times to us. But I feel very good about going into this. I'm pretty confident. Yeah.
I offered you a great trade in the beginning of the week. You didn't respond. I wouldn't trade it now, but because my situation has changed. But you really missed it there. I offered him Kelsey straight up for Swift, and Jimmy sucks at tight end.
Swifty.
We don't suck at tight end.
Oh, you're not good at tight end. You have a terrible tight end.
I think we're okay. I think
you have no one on tight end. Your team looks awful.
I'm okay. No. I think
in with me.
That's where Greg's wrong. That's where Greg's wrong. We don't suck at tight end. You're
leaning on Kyle Pitts. The quarterbacks in Atlanta suck. You're leaning on Otten.
No, we have Kyle Pitts. We have Cade Otten, who's
Otten's good, but he's not consistent because Mayfield has way too many weapons. Next.
And we have Njoku, who scored a touchdown last week and
plays for the fucking Browns. End of story.
Oh, this is Greg's bully ball moment right here, where he just
I wouldn't trade you for Kelsey anymore. It's over. The price has gone up. I need Henry now and something else.
Well, this week you could have him if you want to take him off my hands. He's got 3 points so far
for you. It would be a decent trade. I'd take Henry and Mayfield for him.
No, I got to tell you, Baltimore, Lamar's back. They got a real weak schedule going forward, so the Baltimore's about to make a run, and that's
not a good thing if you have a weak schedule. Just so you know.
No, it's good. I mean, it is good. They're going to stay relevant, so that they're going to continue to hand the ball off and club away.
What they're going to do is they're going to save them for the playoffs.
They need wins. They're 2-5.
Yeah, they're going to say, "Hey, let's get Derrick Henry injured, then we'll really win the Super Bowl." Ryan.
No, they need wins. They're not 6-2. They're 2-6.
Look, your team's not great. You're 6-2, and it's unbelievable. I tip my hat to you and Anthony. You've played great defense. Your defense, best in the league.
This is where only Greg could say, "Hey, you're great, but you're not great. You're great, but you're not great."
He's just got to keep you humble.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a
shark. No, I know your record says you're good, but I say you're not good. I say you're not good, so you're not good.
So let's be fair. Can we be fair for 1 minute? Can we be fair?
Oh, I do want to be fair because you're not being fair.
Because Ryan has no clue. So Ryan, I'm going to give you the rosters, and you tell me who the better team is. Deal?
I didn't say you didn't have a better team. I said we're very good. If you just named our roster, you would say that's a good team.
Right. Yeah. Ready? I'm going to give you the rosters, and you tell me who the better team is. Okay? You ready?
We'll try.
Patrick Mahomes, Jamar Chase, Ladd McConkey, Stephon Diggs, Devon Achane, James Cook, George Kittle, Nico Collins, Justin Herbert, Judkins, the running back for Cleveland, Travis Kelce, Moore from Chicago, Geno Smith, Kareem Hunt, Dallas Goedert, Spears. All right. Let's give you this next.
Whoever that was seems pretty strong.
Oh, wow. It's pretty strong, Jimmy. Hold on. I'm going to give you the next bag of garbage here. Hold on. It's
See, this is where
he's not like setting me up or anything.
Because this is like him being hyperbolic. Because our team is stacked. It's
here's stacked. C.J. Stroud. Oh. JJ, great receiver. Michael Pittman, who Jimmy didn't even know if it wasn't for me, so good pick. It's fine.
That's 100% not true.
Yeah, you had no clue. Yeah, terrible pick.
100%. Yeah,
I told
Greg
you
wasn't coaching our
You
draft.
snaked me for him. It's fine.
Yeah, see?
Devontae Adams, fantastic pick. Also recommendation from Greg, so good job. Brown.
What was the recommendations coming through?
Brown was a good pick. Henry, terrible job. I told you guys not to keep him. You didn't listen to me.
Had a very good season.
Awful tight end. Swift, well, yeah, terrible. Aaron Rodgers, how you even were told to start him was the dopiest thing you ever did. I don't even know who this receiver is from New England who you picked up. And
Booty.
The guy that had a touchdown in like 80 yards last week.
Good game, and you guys were like, "Let's claim him."
And then we put him in, and he won, and he scored 18 points last game.
Yeah, let's look.
That's what you call good research, Ryan.
Hold on, he scored. He went off for
Booty.
He went off for 26. Then Jimmy claimed him.
Yeah.
Jimmy claimed him, and he got 13 and 16. He'll score 4 again this week. All right. Hubbard, terrible pick. Terrible job by you. I told you not to draft him. You drafted him anyways.
We actually didn't draft him. We traded him a bad player, and we got him because we needed to show up.
Awful job by you. Knight, I don't even know who that is. Njoku, awful tight end. A.J. Brown's injured. Terrible pick. Jones, I told you to get rid of. You didn't. You put him on IR. You could have gotten it to someone else. And Ridley, you got a terrible team.
So what you just heard, Ryan, was how Greg justifies, right, like his genius. So when we,
I did a great job. Drafting. If you're going to sit here and say you out drafted me, you're out of your mind.
Listen, we did a solid job in the draft, and we've done a solid job in free agency, and that's why we're both 6-2. Ryan, if two teams are 6-2 and one person's trying to convince you that they're so much better than the other one,
Ryan,
what do you say?
He said free agency.
We did, yeah, yes, that happens in.
He said free agency
in fantasy football. That's a thing. You can pick up and drop players.
You two duke it out.
That's how it works, Greg. You can pick up players and drop players.
He said free agency. My favorite thing ever.
I don't understand what's so funny.
Well, your team's really good. I think you guys will probably win the whole thing. I mean, C.J. Stroud and Aaron Rodgers, that is a 1-2 quarterback punch to just,
But they're not. Baker Mayfield's the number 1 quarterback, who you didn't mention.
Oh, you put him on the bench.
No, he didn't.
He's on the bench this week.
Listen, this is what I'm going to tell you. If we beat Greg, this is what's going to happen. If we beat him, he's going to still say he was right, and we were just lucky, right? So there's no winning this argument. Well, I'm not going to argue about it. Oh, you guys, if we win, he'll just say we got lucky. And if he wins, he was right. So there's really no win here.
That's fair.
Right? He's just.
I don't think I'm wrong there. Do you?
Yes, I think you're wrong. I think yes. I didn't say you had a bad team. I think we are as competitive. I think we're going to be as competitive as anybody down the stretch. You can disagree.
You have a very, very, very mediocre team. I wish you well.
Right, and if we win, he's going to stick to that and say he was still right and he's the smartest one in the room because that's Greg's thing. He's the smartest guy.
When it comes to this stuff, I don't try to look. I'm not a.
When it comes to this stuff,
I'm not a conceited person, Jimmy. Come on, you both know me in real life. I'm not. But when it comes to gambling and this shit, yes, I'm smarter than everyone in this 10-team league. I'm sorry if that offends anyone who listens to the show.
No, the good news is I don't think anybody does. But I still say, on paper, our team is very deep, and we've got a lot of options.
You're not deep. You're not deep. You're good. You're not deep. I'm deep.
No, we're deep. We're deep at receiver. We at least have some running.
Receiver? You have fucking Booty on the bench.
Booty? Look Booty. We picked him up. We picked Booty up off the waiver wire, put him in, and he helped us in the last game. That's what you call being a GM, Greg.
That is what you call it. Why can't you look at your own schedule? I don't understand this. Tell me how to do that, Jimmy.
No, genius. You tell us.
I'm trying to figure out how to do it in our league, where you can look at
Come on, Ryan, chime in.
All your weeks, because
I'm just letting you guys go at it, man. It's fine by me.
Listen, here's the good news.
Did you win the head-to-head matchup between us? I can't remember.
Here's the good news. We're in a league together, so it's going to play itself out.
It is.
Yeah, the numbers are going to.
Greg's original question about the league was, and I made a point, and I stick by this. You could have the best team, and you just have the down week because there's ups and downs. The law of averages, and both of you know me.
We do.
I'm a numbers guy. The law of averages like play out. Like if you could have an unbelievable week and then shit the bed the next week because that's the way it works. If everybody hits in the perfect world in your fantasy league, half your guys play well and half of your guys play average. Not bad, average.
Yeah,
And then the next week it flips, and that's how you continue to win.
Ryan,
Because if
you know,
everybody goes off and you have this unbelievable week,
we all
chances
understand.
are the next week it's not going to happen.
We all understand how fantasy works. Thank you, Ryan. Right. I just want to complain one more time, then we'll go through the NFL slate. Jimmy beat me in our one head-to-head matchup. He played unbelievable defense, and he beat me. It's unbelievable. 132 to 127. Of course, I had a few injuries happen that week, but it's
Here
fine.
comes the excuses, Ryan.
McConkey got knocked out in the first quarter.
Win's a win. His fault, probably. He probably put his head somewhere where it shouldn't have been.
Ryan, have I not said all this whole time and last week he has the best defense in the league?
Hey, it's
a win is a win. I don't know what to tell you there.
It's a great strategy. It's a great strategy, Jimmy. Let's see.
This is where he says, "Hey, you played the game right, and it's stupid."
I play him one more time this week, and I'm projected one more time this season. I'm projected to beat him by 30 points.
Well, projected is one thing, executing is another.
Listen,
look,
you could have some more injuries,
am I
right?
Out there throwing the passes? Am I out there running the ball? All I can do is draft these fuckers.
Right, and they can get hurt, and shit happens, and that's your result. Like, deal with it.
Right. This is what I want everybody to keep in mind that this is how, like, instead of just being like, instead of debating fantasy, Greg is so hardcore about this. He's got to be like, I'm the best fantasy player. You're an idiot. Like, what are we talking about here?
I'm not the best fantasy.
I'm the best with it.
I am the best drafter. I know how I get my money in at the right time. You're a dope. And so is Anthony. You drafted fucking, who'd you draft? What did I just yell at him for? I can't even remember.
We drafted Michael Pittman. That's what we got shit for, and he's been one of the best receivers in the league.
You didn't get shit for it. I told you to draft him.
No, you didn't tell us to draft him.
Do you want to go back to the fucking episode in August when I told you the Colts were going to be a playoff team?
I know you, but you didn't say Pittman specifically was, and we got shit from Yahoo. That was our bad grade on Yahoo. They gave us a B- because we drafted Pittman.
I told you I was going to draft that guy, and then you snaked me.
Huh.
Yeah, that's fine.
Revisionist history.
All right. What'd you say?
Revisionist history.
Revisionist history.
I agree. You're right. No, you're right. No, I think you're going to win the whole thing. Ryan, off the record, Ryan, I don't think that's going to
I get that.
Yeah, did you not catch that from his
tone? Sarcasm.
Did you?
Look, I think you
from his subtle.
I think you
his not so subtle digs there that he's the greatest fantasy player of all time.
Not the greatest. Better than you. I think you and Anthony have the best team in the league. I think you drafted the best. I think you guys are going to win. I think you deserve the first.
Hold off on NFL. I'm running out for a second. Be right back.
God damn it! I need to get a drink myself, but
yeah,
it's fine.
You guys talk about this because fantasy, Jimmy's way better. Talk.
He's way better at about it. You're absolutely right. He's got the best defense ever.
Yeah, Greg takes this way too personally.
I don't take it personally at all.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. You don't take it personally.
This is an entertaining show.
Everybody, Greg is the alpha and omega of fantasy. Don't listen to anything I say. Only listen to him. Only this guy right here. He's your guy.
No, I'm saying I'm probably not going to win. You'll probably win. Like, I think you have a great team.
I'm confident that we have a very good team. So I
think you'll make the playoffs and lose in the first round. It'll be fun.
No, listen. If you do, then we will come in on and talk about it.
Look, we're just doing this for entertainment, everybody. Well,
by the way,
is it good?
It's for sure rye back. Like it's spicy. It's good. I'll go to the $100 bottle next time.
Look, this is going to be the longest show in the history of Who You Got 33, and we're very happy about it, and we still haven't got to NFL. This is like a full show, so the people who...
Yeah, we got to get to NFL. Ryan can join in when he gets back. He's not going to have any great takes on it anyway. He's just going to give away our personal information, details, and bank account numbers. So let's roll right into it.
I just want to say to the people who sent us the email telling us about how they want to make money with our show, I agree with you. Look, we're going 2 hours of pure entertainment tonight, folks. Yeah. Jimmy,
get involved.
Jimmy can't wait to take your call. All right. First game on the slate, Lions, 8.5 to the Vikings.
Yeah, give me the Lions. Vikings are cooked.
Is JJ back this week?
He is.
Okay.
But he's been out. Like, he hasn't had any reps. Like he's played such little football in the last 2 years. He's not going to come back and save him. And when he did play the first game, he had a great fourth quarter. Then he got hurt in the next game. Like he doesn't have any reps. I there's no way Detroit doesn't win this game by 14 points. Like it's the Lions. I'll lay the 8.5 happily.
I'll tell you what, I thought it was interesting that they left this line at 8.5 only because it sets up for teasers like crazy. You got 6-point teasers, so you can get it to 2.5, right? I mean, it was interesting how they left it. I thought this would go to 10, but it's sitting at 8.5. I kind of agree with Jimmy here. I would probably lay this before I took it. I love the Lions. Love the Lions in a survivor play. Love them in a teaser, and I probably lay that at the 8.5 too. Jimmy, everything I read, we're gonna go off tangent here, Ryan. We're gonna take the Lions. Ryan agrees. He's not gonna take the Vikings. Everything I read tonight was Ollie Gordon was gonna get a bunch of handoffs. He's gotten 2 fucking carries tonight. We're gonna lose this. We're gonna lose the bet.
Did you see him flip the fuck out? So I'm not sure what's going on, but he flipped the fuck out. So I didn't hear it, but I think he got called for a leg whip on a block that took back a 50-yard touchdown by Miami. So the penalty was 100% on him. I think it was a leg whip. I'm not sure. And he was flipping out on the defensive. He was flipping out on some coach for doing it. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. He may not be back in the game. We'll see.
Well, Jimmy, I blame you. All right. Titans getting 9.5 from the Chargers. I gotta tell you something before we even get to this game. Would you believe at this point in the year, Cam Ward has a worse completion percentage than what's his name? Oh my God, I'm blanking. The fucking quarterback for the Titans last year from Kentucky. Why am I blanking?
Levis.
Thank you, Levis. Then Levis last year.
Yeah, I believe it.
He's the worst number 1 pick ever. I told you. Remember, me and Jimmy privately, we were at his house when the draft was being done, and I told him, I said, this is going to go down as one of the worst number 1 picks ever.
Yeah, I don't think Cam Ward was unbelievable in Miami. Yeah,
Jimmy, give him a little breakdown.
This is a tough one because the Chargers have a way of letting you down when they should absolutely dominate. But I mean, the Titans have been fighting. I don't know, Ryan. What do you think? Are the Titans going to cover 9.5?
No, they're bad.
Yeah.
They're a bad org. They've got a bad rating on their stadium and situation. That stuff like the food, the weight room, all that, the showers, all that stuff. They had a bad rating last year, if I recall correctly, like bottom 3. I think they're not bought in. I think they're not all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah.
I don't think
you've got it. I'm going to take the Chargers. This is why. The Titans have only covered this twice this year. So why would we think they were going to cover it now? Right? They've got a victory under their belt, so clearly they covered it then. And then they lost to the Broncos week 1 by 8.
Yeah, Broncos are a legit team.
And Broncos have come on really, really strong, right? But otherwise, they've basically lost by 10 points in every other game they've played. And I don't think Jim Harbaugh is going to come in and have his defense set up to not take out a rookie quarterback. So I just don't see a situation where you can justify not laying the 9.5 with the Chargers, right?
Great.
Yeah, so that's it, man.
It's hard because it's a lot of points, but you just got to do it.
No, you're right. It is hard because it's a lot of points. But in 8 games, the Chargers or the Titans would have only covered this twice. So why start now?
Right.
And again, and I've said it before on the show that the Chargers don't really have home games anyway, even when they're in LA. So it's not like they're not used to playing on the road.
Right.
So yeah, I'm going to say lay the 9.5, take the Chargers. Harbaugh comes in, knows how to get to a rookie quarterback, and they win the game.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, bad luck, Jimmy, on those 2 bets. Gordon's probably out for the game. Good call, Ryan. He got rolled up on his leg, so just bad luck, Jimmy, on a prop bet. That's why prop bets suck. So
maybe likely he'll get in the end zone.
In the NFL, it's a little little more difficult, because the injuries tend to be more serious and they tend to be less predictable, but more frequent, It's hard.
Yep.
Like how many NBA guys get hurt and are out for the game? Not many.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
you're right. No, that's a good call. Well, unfortunately, hey, you know what? We're on the wrong end of that. But Ryan, I'm going to tell a story. This is a true story, Jimmy.
Uh-oh.
Super Bowl rematch here, Falcons Patriots. But I'm going to tell you the story of the Super Bowl. Me and Ryan, 28-3, and I know Ryan's told the story before on this show, but I was sitting there and I literally was doing a baseball fantasy draft because that's how bored I was with the Super Bowl. And Ryan texted me and said, "What odds will you give me for the Patriots to come back and win?" And I said, "I'll give you what it says. It says right now it's 12-1." And he says, "All right, $3." And I said, "All right, well, if it wins, you'll get 36." And I'm drafting at 28-10, and I'm drafting whatever 17. And all of a sudden, I'm like, "Oh my God, it's about to happen!" And Ryan goes on and gets his way. And the Patriots somehow come back from 25 down and beat the Falcons and ruin my day. And Ryan wins $36 off me. What happens this time, Ryan? Patriots beat the Falcons again at home?
I just think they're on a run, man. I don't know what's going on there. And I talk about, if you listen back and you kind of look at my routine, like I talk about bad orgs and good orgs. Like I really feel like there's something to that. Like you guys talk about home field advantage and how significant or less significant it is, depending on the sport. Like NHL is less significant, right? I just feel like they're on a roll. The culture is there. These guys are loving Vrabel, seemingly. They're playing well. It seems to just be like, hey, we're all hanging out. Oh, God.
Ryan froze, but I
right
think
now.
he's saying, Jimmy, it seems to work. They seem to
Think
play
that's where
for.
he's going.
Sorry, got it. There we go. So it
They-
seems like they're just all bought in. Sorry, my VPN's going off. But it seems like they're all bought in. They're like, whatever it is to be celebratory, like, hey, let's go to the bar and have a beer together. They're all willing to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think they're all going to bat for each other. And I think the defense, the offense, the special teams, the coaches, the who knows who else, the uniform people, like the ball washers, whoever they are, I think they're all bought in. And I don't know what Vrabel's done. I think everybody I know really respects the guy, including you guys. Whatever he's doing is kind of magic. And as a homer, I obviously hope it continues. I'm not super confident at this point, but I'm pretty confident as a guy who, is still taking hits from his players with pads. I mean, I love the dude getting out there with the pads and getting knocked down. Like, I don't think he's even like 55 yet. You know what I mean? He's probably 48, 49. I just love the spirit.
Yep,
Go ahead.
I agree.
I love the speeches he's given. I love the response. I love the fact, and I hate that Barmore, whatever happened with this female something, but the dude's like, no, it doesn't fit in our culture. He's not playing. Like, who does that nowadays? We're letting people pop off guns and clubs in the NBA or NFL and getting minor fines. You know what I mean? It's just insane that a coach can all of a sudden have some real credibility in the background and the foreground. And credit to Belichick, he's not saying anything specific about it. He's not out there like that Jets guy going, "Oh, our quarterback sucks, blah, blah. Oh, wait, we need him now. Well, he's the greatest. He'll be fine, I respect the dude, and I think something special, minimally, if it doesn't go too far, is happening right now there. I feel good as a fan. I bet you the people inside the locker room are feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Patriots are primed for a big season. I think they make the playoffs, and we'll see what happens.
I'll keep it brief. I'm gonna avoid it because the Falcons either win the game or get blown up by 30. So I can't trust the line either way.
Colts
and Penix is questionable.
Colts at Steelers. Colts given 3. You think the Colts go in there and continue the trend? Green Bay just got a big win in there. Jimmy, what do you think here?
Yeah, I'd take the Colts. I think the Steelers defense is suspect at best, and the Colts have been blowing people out. So I feel like 3 is a gift.
I agree. Colts are for real. Love the Colts here. Ryan?
Yeah, they're talking about this all over the ESPN today, and JT's just killing it, man. I think it was Greg that called it out. I don't think Jimmy disagreed, but He really is killing it. Like, that guy's unstoppable, and it opens up so many lanes. And again, bad org, Giants, Daniel Jones, mistreated, not properly brought up. And look what happens when you put him on. Who knows what the Colts are? I mean, they had a whatever you want to say about their owner that passed a couple of years ago, RIP, et cetera, et cetera. But like, who know? The Colts haven't produced too many great quarterbacks. I know Peyton Manning, but other than that, like you can't. Well, Unitas. Sorry, nah,
Henry Luck.
really. Anyway, there have been some gaps in great quarterback play. How's that? And all of a sudden, this guy goes to what we know at least is a mediocre organization, and he's succeeding. So good for him. I respect it. You know, it's a hard life, man. I mean, imagine being like, who was it? Was it Elway that refused to go to the Chargers? Like
Yes.
got drafted? Like
No, Eli refused to go to the Chargers.
It was both of them.
was it both of them? Yeah, I think it was both. But like, good for them for realizing like, hey, whatever org is not a good fit for me. And it's not a shitty org necessarily, just not a good fit. That's hard to do, right? You're getting guaranteed a lot of dollars as a QB up front, especially in first round, top 10. So, hey, you know, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that because I'm not a Giants fan at all. Like, I love that the Colts are pretty good.
No, I agree. I think the Colts are prime for. They're going to be a good team for a while. I think Daniel Jones was just misused as a Giant, and the Colts understand how to play him. Packers, Panthers, we're not even going to discuss. Texans, Broncos is a very interesting game, and the Texans are the favorite at home, giving 1.5. Jimmy, CJ get the job done for you, or you think the Broncos go in there and get the win?
I'm gonna roll with the Broncos on this one. They've proven they started this season slow. We thought there might be issues. They've come on strong. They had the issue a couple of weeks ago with the Giants. They came back. They looked great last week. It's until Houston gets some sort of offensive line, I don't know how you can really bet on them in this situation. Now, if you disagree with me, I'm actually going to take your word for it because you picked the Texans last week when I didn't think they could be done. So if you think the Texans are going to go, I'm going to flip my. This is when I'll give you the credit. I'm going to.
Let me go first.
I do. Nico Collins is
Oh,
back.
look at him go.
The Texans front seven still the best in football. The Broncos Broncos are a nice team, but going on the road defense. Two great defenses here. So I'm looking at the game, and I just think the Texans will get it done at home. This was supposed to be a really, really good team. They got off to a terrible start. I still think they have the best front seven in football. I'm going to lay the 1.5. Love the Texans here. Go ahead, Ryan.
I'll take your word for it.
You know, you may have just convinced me as an avoid. What I was going to say was Denver's a solid team, had some good wins this year. And Houston's just a bad org. And frankly, I can't think of a player on Houston right now. And I just remember the last 5 years where they've had an exodus of at least one Hall of Famer and probably 4 important players. And I don't know that they've switched that around. But you convinced me. It sounds like the stats say that, Houston has a shot. I have to think the other way. If I had to put money, I'd put my money on Denver. But I don't have to, so I can avoid it based on your confidence. Because
I'll take Greg's word for it because he had Houston over in San Francisco, and I was worried about it. And maybe because I'm a CJ Stroud believer. CJ Stroud looked really good last week, and I don't think he ever had the fall off like some other quarterbacks had. He just had bad situations. He didn't live up to his first year, that's for sure. He looked great last week, but they've got to.
Well, he looked great on your bench, from what I remember. Is that correct?
No. He did. You're right, but he did look. But you're right. But he looked really good. Like
Don't
he
worry.
had a great.
His team played great defense. They still got the win last week.
We did. We got the win. C.A. Stroud looked really, really, really good. Like he looked like the guy that we thought he was. And he had a tough second year, and he's been up and down this year, but he never fell off the cliff where you were like.
Do you think you're the worst 6-2 fantasy team of all time?
No, I think we're one of the better ones.
You're definitely one of the worst ones. You're probably at best 3-5 in any other league. It's okay.
I think Greg's the most cocksure guy about his fantasy ability of all time.
I have no opinion between you two. I love you both. Fuck
I mean,
it.
you do. You already said this seems like a very, very strong team. That was my roster, not Jimmy's.
Well,
Yeah,
I did. And then I said Jimmy has the better team, and I went to use the restroom and grab a couple of beers.
Right,
yeah.
but you know that's wrong. You were just trying to.
Well, I mean,
Who
listen,
knows what I think, really?
Yeah, right. So you know, so there you go, Greg.
Oh,
So,
your team's excellent. All right,
Wait, hold on. Let me finish on that thought.
yeah.
I have a very strong team. San Francisco giving 2.5 at Snoopy to the Giants. Jimmy, no Scatabo. He's out. He's on my IR in my fantasy league.
Yeah, Scatabo is cooked. Clearly. I mean, San Francisco looks. It's shocking how bad they looked last week against the Texans, and you
Kittle
called it.
didn't.
I'll give you credit.
Kittle
No, he
did
didn't,
not.
but he looked bad the week before when he had 0 yards and 0 catches. I would lean Niners. It's less than a field goal. If it was 3.5, I might question it, but at 2.5, I would lean Niners.
Yeah, me too. I agree. I lean Niners. If Scatabo was playing, I'd probably take the Giants.
Yeah,
What's
Neighbors out,
Niners?
Scatabo's out. If you were going to go, if you wanted to make an argument for the Giants, it's because their front four on defense still should be one of the best in the NFL.
Yep, I'm with you.
That's the only way. That's the only argument you can make for it, right?
Lean Niners.
But yeah, I'm Niners. Yeah,
I'm going to take it further and bet like a 7-point spread. Give the Giants 7, man. No problem. Make some more money because there's no chance the Giants win this game. No chance. And there's no chance to come within a touchdown. So
no,
take the extra odds.
I think San Francisco gets after.
I don't know what the line is on that. I didn't look it up, but
2.5.
Taking it. No, I'm saying take him at 7. Like, what is that? What odds is that?
You want the Giants?
I can tell you.
You want the Giants plus 7?
Yeah.
That's gonna be juicy.
I want San Francisco minus 7.
You want San Francisco minus 7?
Yeah.
It's
you want to give 6.5? You're getting plus 156.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's a good bet. I like that. I like that, Ryan.
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite of something Jimmy would do. All right. I'm just saying, Jimmy, look, it's fine. Your fantasy team's good, and you don't eat chalk. It's fine.
Greg's had 7 bourbons now. This is where he gets cocky.
I've had 3.
And for all the viewers, this is when Greg starts to go down a rabbit hole.
Listen. Greg can hold his bourbon.
This is the non-judgment zone, people.
Yeah. What's the next game?
Well, Jimmy, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. The next game is the Bengals getting 2.5 at home from the Bears.
What? Really?
Wow. I'm going to go Bengals and assume
Flacco is probably out. So we're going back to...
is he out? What happened?
He hurt his... I can't say it because, but he hurt something.
He hurt his tootie?
Yeah, I think he might have.
Ooh. I'm going to avoid this. I would take the over in this game, but I'm going to just avoid it in general.
I'm going Bengals. I'm taking the points. I'm going Bengals. I don't know why. I just feel like they have been embarrassed this year. And at some point, it's got to come out. And it's not going to come out against a Kansas City type or a Colts type. Like, it's going to come out against a mediocre Chicago team. And that's my guess.
Fair enough.
I like what he's saying here. What do you think, Jimmy?
Yeah, I mean, I still think Chicago's mediocre. They started 0-2. They won 4 in a row. Then they could beat I'm not a huge believer still in their quarterback. Like, I think he's might be great. Ben Johnson maybe can get it out of him. I'm still not, but if Flacco was playing, I'd say it's a home run. If he might not play, I'm worried because we saw what it looked like without him. And it wasn't good. It was really, really
Jake Browning
bad.
Sucks.
Yeah, it was really bad. So if Flacco's not playing, I'm going to take the Bears. If Flacco's playing, I would take the Bengals all day. So I think I'll avoid.
Jimmy will avoid.
Would you? I mean, do you feel strong either way here?
I'm with Ryan. I got a gut feeling that the Bengals win this game.
All right.
I do.
I just
Could be.
think they've been so fucked up all season. Like there has to be a time when these other, let's call it 48 players, that are still alive, come together and win one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And the Bears are not all that in a bag of chips, so that's one of their better shots.
All right.
Oh,
A terrible game.
We're not gonna discuss the Jag. Sorry. We are gonna discuss the Jags in a minute. We're going to discuss the Saints and the Rams. Rams giving 14, just complete avoid for me with the spread. I would tell you right now, if you want a free space in fantasy, take the Rams. That's what me and Jimmy are doing. Jags are giving 2.5 to the Raiders. Two terrible teams. I don't know how the Jags are favored on the road, but I guess it's because it's the Raiders and they've just looked they just are bad. I don't even know what to do with this game, Jimmy. I'm probably passing, but you got to play here for everybody.
Oh, I would pass. The 2.5 kills me. If it was 3.5, I'd probably take the Raiders. I would pass on this. You just don't know what's going to happen. Is Trevor Lawrence going to be the guy out of Clemson that we thought he was going to be? Or is he going to be the Trevor Lawrence that is the reality of Trevor Lawrence? That's an average NFL quarterback that makes bad
I
decisions.
don't think he's average. To be fair, I don't know what he's doing, but he doesn't feel average.
Not good. Yeah, I don't want to watch this game. I don't want to bet it. I wish it didn't exist on the schedule. It does.
Jimmy, I'm so with him right here. I was trying to figure out how to say it. I think you said it best. Ditto.
Yeah.
We'll go Ghost.
I don't care about this game at all.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, if I had to make a pick here, I don't know. I'd probably bet the Raiders because they're, like I always say, what's the Raiders' record right now? Does anyone off the top of their head, or should I look?
I think they're 2-6. I could be wrong. Hold on, I'll try to find out.
They're horrid.
I mean, they're not great.
I'll tell you in a second. The Raiders are 2-5.
Yeah, and we've said it many times. Teams are gonna win. I mean, the Raiders are probably gonna wind up winning 5 games this year.
I would think
this could be one of them. So, if I had to make a pick, I'd take the Raiders plus 2.5.
Yeah, take the
you?
points at home.
Well, no, I'm not going to bet it.
Oh, that's what I'm asking. Just clarifying for the audience.
Saying, if you're saying make a pick here, it's probably a Raiders win before I would take the Jags on the road laying 2.5 with that atrocious team.
But even Travis your pizza money's in your pocket.
Yeah, Travis Hunter, fantastic. Rest of the team, like, seriously, just start over. Trevor Lawrence, worst number 1 pick of all time. Well, actually, was Ryan Leaf 1 or 2?
Ryan Leaf he was 1,
2, right?
He was 2. Peyton was 1.
Peyton was 1. Ryan
was one of those 2.
Ryan Leaf, meet Trevor Lawrence. You guys should go out for drinks.
All right.
The problem with Trevor Lawrence is, in my mind, evaluating, like, he just seems like such a great leader. Like, he was amazing at Clemson. Like, he talks the talk, you know what I mean? But it's hard to watch when he plays.
Looks like a douchey Thor.
Hey. Longest show in history, by the way, boys. 2 hours and 13 minutes.
Let's roll this on.
Chiefs, Bills. One of our friends going to the game. I think he's going to be very happy when he leaves around 7:30. I love the Bills here, getting 1.5. It's my play of the week. Bills beat the Chiefs at home. And here's why, Ryan. The Bills, 4-0 against the Chiefs in the regular season. Not so much in the playoffs. They can't beat them in the playoffs. Regular season, the Bills own the Chiefs. Give me the Bills here. Jimmy.
Yep, I'll take the money line at plus 110 for the Bills.
I hope they lose by 1. It would be funny. Ryan, your thoughts?
I'm with the spread, with the points. Give me the Bills.
With the 1.5.
Yeah, I just it's worth whatever that is, whatever the difference is. I mean, again, like you say,
I think the Bills went out. I think they went outright. I think they win the game.
About a 2% chance it lands on 1, but
yeah,
exactly.
But hey, I'll take the 1.5. It's fine.
Yeah, but I think Bills at home. I mean, they've got a little chip on their shoulder. They haven't had this.
Well,
they're. Go ahead.
They own them in the regular season.
No, I know, but what I was going to say was they've had a successful season, but I don't think they've been as successful as they wanted. Right, what the goal is, and I think this is the opportunity to take somebody that, again, you guys talk about Mahomes runs all over the place, but if they stop that, what the hell is he gonna do?
Well, I'll give you 2 props here. I would take Mahomes rushing yards over because this year he's running the ball just like Herbert is, just out of necessity, and take Kelce under because the Bills always scheme Kelce out of the game. It's 47.
What's the under that? Okay.
Take the under. They always scheme this guy out of the game.
I don't know, man. I like your idea, but I avoid that. I don't want to bet.
Yeah,
Kansas
City has a lot of options. They have a ton of options this year.
2 for 8 last time for Kelce against the Bills.
How many yards?
2 receptions for 8 yards.
Gotcha. I just avoid that. I just think he's a baller, and I'm never gonna bet against something like that. Like, I get what you're saying. I'm not rooting against you. That's not a me thing. I don't root against players like that from a money point of view.
Fair.
All right, Seahawks giving 3 on the road to the Commanders.
Give me the Seahawks. Season. The Commanders coming back to earth. I know they're getting people healthy, but their defense just isn't there this year. Seahawks are playing well. Sammy D, he's an early regular season quarterback. This is week 16. I'd be on the other side of it, but it's not. So I'll take the Seahawks -3.
I'll go the other way. I'll take the Commanders here with Jaden Daniels.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean it's not playing out this year, man. It's just
the problem is Washington sucks. It's terrible because I live here, so I got to watch either the Ravens or the Commanders every week. It's so frustrating. I wish they were both great, and last year they were both very good, and this year they both suck. And I get the whys with Baltimore, and I get the whys with Washington. There's no way I can put money on them. I'm betting every game they play, unless they're at the bottom, like playing the bottom 5. I don't know. I'm giving them 3 points, and they still lose.
All right. So we got 2 on the Seahawks. I like the Commanders. I hope it moves to 3.5. I don't think it will. I think it'll actually drop to 2.5. Jimmy, I hate to break it to you, but we'll be betting the Commanders on night, but it's fine. Look, I'm happy that you like the Seahawks. Anyways, we're going to move on to Monday night to end the show. Jimmy, Monday night showdown.
Nice.
As people keep running in the background of Ryan. Cowboys giving 2.5 at home to the Cards.
I don't care who wins it. Give me the over 54.5. I don't care who's playing quarterback, whether it's Kyler Murray or Jacoby Brissett. This is going to be a high-scoring game. Dallas is going to come back from their beatdown last week. If I had to pick a spread, I'd take Dallas -2.5, but I'm just going to lay it on the over 54.5. There's going to be 70 points scored in this game.
Jimmy's going 70. I don't know if the Cards can score with them. I love the Cowboys in this spot at home, laying the 2.5 under a field goal. I'm taking the Cowboys. I think it's one of the best bets of the week. Give me the Cowboys. Lay the 2.5. Dak will have them ready to go at home. CeeDee Lamb gets in the end zone for sure. Give me the Cowboys 2.5.
I'm gonna ride with Greg here in the stupidest way. Like, Dak will not lead anything. He's not a leader. Nobody really likes him. They're just trying to get through the week with him, suffering with him. Hold on. But Dallas is going to come out and destroy the Cardinals here. I'm an anti-Dak. I don't understand it. But again, I don't have a better solution. So much like people deal with at work, right? If you want to replace someone, what's your better solution? I don't have one, right? He's a top 20 guy. I respect the dude, but he's not a leader. He's not like that. And I don't think people look at him like that. I think CD is unbelievable. I was saying to someone at work today, I think the fact that they signed CD over Micah is insanity. There's many more wide receivers out there that are, decent than top DEs, like Hall of Fame DEs. And what's he in year 4? He's already in the Hall of Fame in our mind, right? So, in this case, the Cardinals suck. I can't stand the quarterback. Just can't stand him. He does win some games, but the Cowboys have had a rough start to the season, and I think this is going to be a big one. Bet more points if you can.
I'm with you. I think me and Ryan agree here. Jimmy liked Kyler Murray to go in there, maybe get a win, but it's fine.
No. I told you I would take the points, but I think just take the over. It's going to be a high scoring game.
It could be.
There's no way this is a high-scoring game. There's no way.
Dallas has no defense, and they can score a lot of points.
Neither one has a defense. Neither one has an offense. I mean,
Dallas has an awesome offense.
Dallas has an offense.
Yeah, they're all right, but you can't rely on them. So we gotta figure that.
I think you can.
Really?
I think Pickens and CD. Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be 70 points scored in this game. I think it's
We're
gonna
about
be.
to go 2 hours and 20 minutes. We've gone
All
off the rails.
Let's call it a day.
Jimmy likes Dallas in the over. Ryan likes Dallas in the under. Greg doesn't care, but he's gonna bet Dallas. What we've learned today, folks, is we've got 2 squares and a sharp here. Jimmy's fantasy team is not so great, but he's very happy with the 6-2 record. Jimmy, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, a 6-2 record is solid. Bet Nikola Jokic tomorrow night, -104 to get a triple-double.
It's a great
He's
call.
going to set the record. They're playing the Trailblazers, who's a solid team.
Great call.
So he's going to play the whole game. He had a triple-double last night, his 4th in a row, and he didn't play the 4th quarter. He had a triple-double in the first 3 quarters. It's going to happen. Bet it, -104, best bet on the board.
Ryan, in your final thoughts, can you tell us, do you play the guitar that's been sitting behind you all night? And who the hell keeps running behind us in the camera?
So I got 3 answers for you. 1, I do play the guitar sometimes. I'm not very good. I just play chords like a Zen thing, like Jimmy in a shirt wall. You know, you just put him near it. He just goes out. The oldest just got home from college and put on some dress. I have no idea what's going on. It might be a Halloween costume. It might be just a dress for something coming up. I don't know. There's a rabbit next to me now. His name's Gizmo. He's fantastic.
Love him.
Yeah, he's potty trained and all. It's insane. And my third point is, let's go, Jays. Let's lock this up tomorrow. I want to cheer like I did for Joe Carter and all those guys back in the day. I had such a great time watching them and following them, and I'm excited. I think this is the time baseball kind of wrapped back around me a little bit. You know, I do love, in a way, the Sox and the Yankees and these legendary teams, the Astros even over the last bunch of years, like being in this. But this is 2 not new teams, because I know LA won last year and they've invested a lot of money, but this is pretty historic, man. The 1 Canadian team's going to beat 31 American teams, and I'm not trying to create like hostility or anything. That's exciting, right? I'm pumped. They got 1 future Hall of Famer against 3 or 4 Hall of Famers already locked up. You know, I don't think anybody else on Toronto currently is even thought of for the Hall of Fame. So
Bubba Shett's on his way. But hey, touch them all, Joe. You've never hit a bigger one. 1993, I believe. 92, maybe.
93. Amazing. All right.
Let's go, Jays. You have a chance. But I'm backing the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers win both. Yamamoto.
Really? Hold on. We can't just sign off like that. You really think that?
I do. I think Yamamoto pitches a great game tomorrow.
I agree with that.
7. Toronto throws up all over themselves. Ohtani hits a big home run. Mookie Betts backs him up. Mookie comes back from the dead. Dodgers win the World Series.
You got money on that?
I do. I think I'm going to bet them plus 200 again because I think it's a great bet.
Okay.
I love Jimmy's fantasy team. I think they're going to have a great week this week. I think they're going to go over their total. But Jimmy, you know what? Because it's never under till it's over.